Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care. I ever get back, so let's root for the home team. They don't win, it's a shame. 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
The Johnny Ballgame Show.
Thank you, and welcome to what we hope is your favorite sports talk program, brought to you by Brent Clapp Productions here, filmed every day, shot every day in LeGrand, Oregon. Beautiful city, beautiful day today. I think today was the nicest day we've had in 2020, and I know we don't have much to work with, being February 11th. Beautiful day today. I got stuff done that, I'm being honest, if it was a crappy day out, I wouldn't have got this stuff done. I went and shipped stuff. I went and bought bird food. Like, what the hell is this? I would never do this under so many circumstances, but sometimes you're driving around. I did some banking. Like, dude, I was rather productive today, and thank you to Mother Nature for the assistance. And, of course, we welcome you to the Johnny Ballgame Show. Be a part of this thing. Email, text, message. Heck, swing by the studio and say hello. Maybe we'll give a little prize away today. Dodsy producing up there in the corner. Appreciate the former IMC Baseball Player of the Year right there, Kyle Dodds. Dodsy boy.
What's up?
Dodsies. We got a good show today, don't we? I mean, we got some good stuff, I think.
We do.
Not a super filled day with amazing sports stories and content, but sometimes those make the best shows for us, because we can kind of play around with certain topics that maybe we wouldn't get to if there was a massive sports either tragedy going on or news story or free agent signing or big game or whatever. Don't really have a lot of that today, but we're going to have fun doing that, and appreciate everybody, again, for hanging out with us. Like I said, be a part of the show. Email, text us, 541-962-7700 on our Northwest Furniture and Mattress text line. Today marks the 30th anniversary of one of the great sports upsets of all time. For me, in my lifetime, it's number one of things that I remember. I remember where I was when it happened, how old I was, what grade I was in. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit this hour. But on our Facebook page, Dodsy, we threw a post out there that said, what was the greatest sports upset of your lifetime? Share with a picture too if you want. And we have a ton of people so far commenting on this. This is just kind of one of those topics where people remember in sports, and that's why we love sports. You go back to certain times in your life, and sports are right there with you. I mean, a lot of the great moments in my life or whatever, hanging out with friends and family, it was over a sporting event. Maybe we're at an event live. We went to a game. Maybe we were at home watching a game. Our team won. Our team lost. That type of stuff. And that's kind of why I'm passionate about sports, why I think a lot of you guys out there are passionate about sports too. And that's what we're going to do today on the Johnny Ballgame Show. But keep those coming. Email and text message. What was the biggest sports upset in your lifetime? We'll do that here in a few minutes on the show after we gather a few. I mean, if you're old enough, Dodsy, I'll just start right here. If you're old enough, I think you're going to say the Miracle on Ice. USA versus Russia, hockey, Lake Placid, 1980 Olympics. I don't remember that event. I was barely alive, that type of deal. But I'm sure if you're old enough, you do. Do you have one, Dodsy, that just absolutely sticks out to you? Like, this was, without question, the number one sports upset of your life? Do you have one of those?
Maybe probably what we're going to talk about today. That was huge.
That's big for you.
Let's see. Not so much upsets, but upsets in my mind would be like when we lost the World Series to the Yankees in 4 games. Padres.
No, Dodsy, the Padres getting their asses swept by the Yankees is not a sports upset.
For me.
That was like one of the worst world. By the way, you and your stinking San Diego sports love. The Chargers have been to one Super Bowl, and it was like the worst Super Bowl ever. I think Steve Young just threw another teeter. And you've been to 2 World Series, 84 and 98. 98, the most recent trip. Yeah, you just got smoked. It's like the worst World Series ever. It was
I'll go with the Tyson fight.
Yankee sweep. Yeah, you're going with the Mike Tyson losing to Buster Douglas. I'm with you on that one. But yeah, we'll talk a little bit on that this hour. There's another Manning coming, and so far it looks really promising, and I wanted to talk a little bit about that. This will be this coming NFL season 2020. Think about this. This is going to be the first major football season that's college and professional where there will not be a Manning participating at quarterback. This will be the first time since 1992 that was the case. That was when Peyton Manning started as a true freshman for the Tennessee Volunteers. We've had a Manning in major college football or NFL football every year since 93. 2020 will be the first one. We won't, but there's another one coming.
Yeah, he's on his way.
We're going to talk a lot about Arch Manning this hour, too. Email, funny stories, text message, good stuff today. We're going to have fun. Dodzy, we got some gifts we want to give away. We want to give away a $25 gift certificate to Benchwarmers.
Yep.
I don't know what we're going to do to give it away, though. You have any ideas? Like, I want to have a trivia contest. We want to have the best, funniest email or tweet. Where should we go with this thing?
Let's do something along the lines of comedy.
Well, think about something,
yeah,
Dodsy.
let's do something funny.
How about maybe the funniest movie scene in a sports movie? Something like that. Or I don't know, best one-liners in sports movies. Just come up with something cool. I don't know. We'll play around with that. We don't have to do that right this second, Dodsy. Right this second. Let's give our love to Fat Guys Fresh Deli in Meridian, Idaho. You never trust a skinny sandwich, and that won't be a problem at Fat Guys Fresh Deli. It's our top story, Dodsy, on a Tuesday. The great internet outage of LeGrand, Oregon continues. Charter Spectrum customers, Dodsy's one, I am one, at home, and it's been frustrating since, Friday afternoon. We have not had internet. A lot of folks haven't around this town, and it's interesting because you just know, this is a horrible PR disaster for Spectrum, okay? Disaster. Like you were saying, Dodsy, you saw a Spectrum van driving around town. Some dude grabbed what's little left of snow on the ground, and he threw a stinking snowball at the van.
I would go out and buy different magnets or something.
People are ticked off,
if I was
dude.
Spectrum, I'd just have that thing wrapped in like Pepsi or
These
something.
McGillicuddies are driving around, and they're getting harassed, and that's not their fault.
No.
They're just the messenger, but sometimes, hence the expression, you kill the messenger. And that's those poor dudes driving around in those trucks right now. Hopefully you got the Ballgame show on your phone there and you're tuning in. How about this? If any Spectrum worker is tuned in, come to the studio and we'll hook you up with a Benchwarmer certificate.
Yeah.
Just to say, you know what? We get you. It's not your fault here, but it is a major stinking inconvenience. I was talking to my bro Mike over there at LeGrand Stereo Music. They're out of internet. They are still open, though. Wants everybody to know that. But yeah, the great internet outage of 2020.
Sucks.
I think we're going to be talking about this for a long time.
Yeah.
People will remember, oh, yeah, I was a Spectrum customer, and yeah, I ended up having to cancel after that, and it wasn't a good situation for me. And I was thinking about this today because I don't know if I'm going to cancel my service or not. I really don't. But they're going to have to do something in the form of customer service, customer appreciation to keep my business. They're going to
cut the bill down.
Yeah, whether it's a mega bill cut down, maybe some type of, hey, we're going to pay your next month, whatever they're going to do to keep me, okay, I'll let you have an opportunity to keep my business. If not, well, you know what? It's an internet provider, dude. There's like 10 of them in even small town America. It's not hard to get decent internet service anymore. It's one of those things where, honestly, Wi-Fi in the home is almost on the level of indoor plumbing. Honestly, if I had to pick, okay, something's going to go out for 2 weeks, either your plumbing or your Wi-Fi. It's crazy, first world problems, but that's something I would think about, like, okay. Yeah, number two, indoor plumbing, okay. But I could I could certainly do the other activity outside.
Yeah.
And definitely. I'd have all my stinking stream shows. I'd have my Netflix, my Amazon. It would be interesting. But where I was going with this is, we do this with businesses as we should. if they don't bring it with the service, you find someone else to provide it. I mean, we're not forced here. This is not a dictatorship. We're not forced to buy one product over the other, and we don't. But I was thinking about this with the sports sense, and we're way too nice to our sports teams in this country.
Like Bennett Welch, nice?
At least, yeah. Shout out to Benny, boy. He works here.
I love him.
Nice guy.
He's awesome.
Cross-country personality. We love him. But, Dudsy, we're too nice in this country to our sports teams. We put up with way too much. I mean, we could, like, the Mariners haven't provided quality business for me or anybody else in the true to the blue fan base in decades. It's been dysfunction, new general manager, new team manager, new players, new ballpark name. They haven't got anything right in form of business. Tickets continue to increase. Beer prices continue to increase. I try to get to 2 or 3 Mariner games a year, and my team is the worst I could make the argument for in the history of baseball. The worst team ever. Your Seattle Mariners. And, in typical life, in typical world, typical business, I would have dropped them. Honestly, I would have dropped their ass years ago. And I would have found new business. I would have found a new baseball club that's going to return the favor and throw some joy in my direction and give me something to cheer about. I mean, the Mariners just irritate me. And yet, whose fault is it? Is it the Mariners' fault for stinking so much so long? Or is it this Yahoo's fault for, sticking with them each and every year? Although I know right now as a Mariner fan, it's not going to be a good year. They're not going to make the playoffs. It's not going to happen. I can tell you that right now with almost 100% certainty. And I don't care how many wild card teams baseball wants to throw into the mix. The Mariners are still going to struggle on that regard. And we just don't do this with our politics. We don't do this with our business, our purchases. We don't do this. But with sports, like Dodsy, I'm a prideful Padres fan. Haven't done jack since the 90s. Let Bruce Bochy go. He wasn't good enough to be the Padres manager anymore. Oh, no. Now he's going to be in the Hall of Fame in a couple years wearing a Giants cap. Yeah, Padre. But yeah, we're still a Padres fan. It's like we take pride. Like we have an amount of honor in our sports teams. It's kind of like a religion. It is in a sense. I'm a Mariner fan, and we sometimes you want to brag on, hey, we've been bad so long, we've had it worse than you. We have those competitions all the time as fans. Which fan bases have had it the worst? Well, I'm a Cleveland Browns fan. You don't know how hard this is. Yeah, it's probably very hard. I'm a Seattle Mariner fan. You don't know how hard that is. Dodsy's a Padre fan, a Chargers fan. This team moved away. But with sports, it's like, no. I mean, I don't have the guts, I guess, to find another baseball team. I mean, I should have years ago. I don't even live in Seattle anymore. Go to a couple games a year, and this team has done nothing in return. It's interesting. I mean, you get internet going out in a week or two. You and you're going to change internet services. You have a horrible steak dinner at a restaurant. You're not going back there. No, you're going somewhere else. But with our sports teams, nope. You can be bad and bad and bad. We still love you. It's crazy, man. Ballgame Show, your Fat Guys Fresh Deli top story here on a Tuesday. We'll bring it back with our local leaders segment brought to you by Side A Brewing and talk about the biggest sports upset of your lifetime. What is it? We'll talk about it when we come back. Johnny Ballgame Show here at the Oregon Trail Trader, longtime sponsors and supporters of the Johnny Ballgame Show. Hunters, fishers, campers, really the true Eastern Oregonian. This is a one-stop shop with owner, operator, community pillar, say what you will, the great Carl Baum hanging out with us here. And it truly is one-stop shopping here at the Oregon Trail Trader, Bommy Boy.
Hey, we try to make it easy on people. Life enough is hard. You might as well be able to get your guns as easy as possible.
What's your story? I mean, you've been firing guns a long time, hunting, fishing. You're a true Eastern Oregonian. How'd this come about?
Well, I've always been just your traditional Eastern Oregon redneck. I like to blow crap up, shoot stuff, all that fun stuff. Joined the military, shot tanks, had fun in Iraq, if you can have fun in Iraq. And was an accountant, got tired of, adding 1 + 1 = 2. It started adding up to 3, and I thought, man, I got to punch out. So I came down here, bought the store, and that's the story. Just been selling guns and employing an employee. That's about it.
Good story there with Carl Baum here, Oregon Trail Trader. You claim to have the largest selection of firearms in Eastern Oregon. You feel pretty confident about that, don't you, Bommy boy?
I got 500 plus, and they just keep pouring in. I don't know what to do with them all. I just stack them up, sell them, whatever. If you want a gun, I've got new, I've got used.
Other items in the store I know we wanted to get to, but what's going on?
Well, Dodgy was looking for something, and he was trying to help me with something.
Where? I don't know where he went. Dodsy! All right, Oregon Trail Trader. Where is Dodsy? Let's go find this guy. What you got?
Be over here somewhere. Look at all this AR stuff I brought in. Tons of parts.
All AR stuff.
All AR stuff, man. He's not in the cleaning aisle. Is he in the fishing area? He's not in the fishing area. Look at all these bench-made knives, too. You think he'd be back here by all these bench-made knives? I've got like 200 of these things.
Yeah. It's a lot of knives, Bommy.
You're going to cut yourself.
Some nice hats, too.
Look at all these hats. Yeah, I mean, what is this doing out? What is this doing out? And a knife? Where's freaking Dodsy, man? He dragged through my stuff.
God, yeah. There he is.
Dodsy, seriously?
Dodsy!
Hey, man, all this cool stuff just overwhelms me, man. This Oregon Trail Trader, man, this place is cool.
Seriously, is he on payroll?
The Oregon Trail Trader. They buy, they sell, they trade.
Max McCullough, EOU basketball here. What does Kobe Bryant mean to my generation? Well, Kobe Bryant means a lot to just about every generation he's been a part of, but I think this really hits home for my generation in particular, especially the athletes, the hoopers, all those guys that kind of grew up on him. I mean, this is a generation that grew up yelling Kobe every time they threw a piece of trash into the trash can or threw some laundry into their laundry bin. I mean, he's had a lot of impact on all the basketball players that I've been a part of, and probably every basketball player, especially in this generation out there. I mean, his work ethic, his determination, his will to get better was just something like no one's ever seen, and it's something that we all look up to. And just talking with my teammates and just other guys I've grown up playing basketball with, I mean, this kind of hit us in a different way than I think anyone would have expected. I mean, he kind of seems like someone we all know and someone we all grew up on watching. Even after the game, he's still someone we see on SportsCenter every night, see everyone talking about. So, it's someone we didn't think we'd lose, and I mean, I don't think this is gonna go away quickly. I think we're gonna be talking about it for a long time, and just means a lot, man, to our team. I mean, he's the reason why a lot of us picked up a basketball. I mean, I can say that for just about half of our team, myself included, a big reason there. I mean, he's been the reason for me to play. A lot of reasons. I mean, I look up to that work ethic. I mean, I've spent hours watching documentaries, videos, just seeing what goes on in his head and what made him a better basketball player and just better on the court. So, just a huge inspiration, man. This really hurts for the whole sports world and just the whole world in general.
Welcome back, Johnny Ballgame Show. Enjoying the love here. YouTube, Facebook. We're on EOAlive.tv, and we're talking sports upsets. And I think maybe I confused some of our chuckleheads, Dodsy. I'm talking the great sports upsets, not what upset you the most, not how upset you were. Dodsy ruined the whole stinking thing because he doesn't know how to play by the rules and play the games right. The biggest World Series biggest upset in sports history is the Yankees beating the Padres.
Pissed me off.
That's not upset. We're talking 30 years ago today. February 11th, 1990, James Buster Douglas knocked out Mike Tyson in Tokyo, and the sports world stopped for about 3 days. That's all anybody talked about in sports. Fortunately, I was old enough, I guess, when Tyson was going through his reign of terror in the mid to late 80s, where Mike Tyson was the most known sports commodity athlete on this planet. This is before Michael Jordan really got to his level. Mike Tyson owned the sports world at this time. And that, to me, 30 years ago today, is the biggest upset I've ever witnessed in sports. I wasn't old enough for the Miracle on Ice. I understand the David Tyree catch. That was a huge upset as well. But Buster Douglas was a 42-1 underdog. What are you smiling at over there?
Somebody posted the Malcolm Butler interception.
I know. You read my post to that? Like, that wasn't an upset.
That's still awesome, Christina.
That wasn't an upset. And she's a Seahawk fan.
That's awesome.
That's why I don't know why she would
Maybe
post
that
that.
upset her.
That wasn't an upset, though.
Okay.
I think
I get what you're
Patriots
saying.
might have been favored in the damn game.
Yeah, I get you.
Or as a club, I mean, it wasn't an upset. That was a good Super Bowl. An upset is Rulon Gardner beating that Caroline guy in Greco-Roman wrestling. If you remember,
2000.
Yeah, Olympics. That dude hadn't lost in like 15 years.
We're gonna get him on
USA.
the show.
Rulon Gardner, who has connections to LeGrand.
Yep.
Yeah. That was an upset. Rocky Balboa beating Apollo Creed in Rocky II was an upset. Team USA, the Miracle on Ice, 1980 USA hockey team beating the Russians, who kicked the hell out of an NHL All-Star team. That Russian hockey team, Dodsey,
they were good.
Business losing to Team USA like that. The coach got mad, the Russian coach, and he pulled Tretiak, who's like the greatest goalie in hockey history, because they had some whizzing match or whatever, ridiculous. And anyway, Team USA won. I know a lot of people would probably say that is the biggest sports upset of their lifetime. Chris says the Yankees, 2004, blowing the 3-0 lead on the Red Sox. That's as high up there as most. I mean, that's a mega. I mean, no team has since come back from an 0-3 hole. And that Yankee team was flipping loaded. Absolutely loaded. What's up, man?
Oh, she said she's sorry. She's still upset by it. She doesn't want to bring up old wounds, but we can't get past it if we don't talk about it.
Yeah, no, stop showing it. I mean, that's the worst play ever for me, and I see it 500 times a year. You know.
Somebody said Giants beating the Patriots.
Yeah, that was mega.
That was pretty big.
That was big because the Giants were kind of a wild card 10-6 team. That Patriot team obviously was 16-0 in the regular season, 18-0 total.
Nice button work there.
And thanks, bro. I'm a pro. And
you're good at pushing buttons.
Thanks, Todsy. So are you over there. You have a lot more to press than I do. And that you can mean that in multiple ways.
Right.
Pressing buttons. I'll press your buttons, bro. Michigan losing to Appalachian State college football. That was a big upset.
How long ago was that?
That was 08, 07, something like that. That was a big one. And that was when they were a 1AA team going into the Big House and winning that game. Mega upset there. How about this? Villanova over Georgetown in what was that? The 1985 NCAA tournament title game. Nova shot like 80% from the field. That Georgetown team was loaded with players led by Patrick Ewing. How about this? Do you remember UNLV losing to Duke?
Oh,
where
yeah.
They were like 30-point favorites, and Duke beat them.
That was LJ and Stacey Ogman.
That was one of the great college basketball teams of my lifetime. That 89, they won it. 1990, they go undefeated all up to the Final Four national semifinal. Not the national championship game, but the national semifinal. Duke stinking beats them. Leitner, Hurley, Grant Hill, the one-handed alley-oop, if you remember that classic play. That was a big upset. I mean, I hate to call when Duke beats somebody a mega upset, though. You know, I mean, an upset also too, like one-hit wonders. Like Buster Douglas is a one-hit wonder. He's the equivalent of Aha, Take on Me, right?
Yeah, the closest thing in our
one-hit wonder,
like recently, is Anthony Joshua getting beat by Ruiz. Similar.
That was a UFC fight, huh?
No, that was a boxing
Oh,
fight.
Anthony Joshua.
Come on,
Yeah,
man.
just lost to
That
Ruiz.
was just recently, yeah.
Totally, yeah. That was a huge one.
Ruiz was big, out of shape. Like, nobody thought
he took the fight like 2 months prior because the original guy backed out due to an injury.
Yep.
He was like a fill-in. Yeah,
Thank
that was a
Juan
big
for that
upset,
one.
too. That was a big upset as well. Biggest sports upsets. Yes, we got a few there. Brought to you by Side A Brewing. I was talking to my buddy today about Side A, and he was just like, dude, the food, man. I've never had a bad meal there. I want to try new items on the menu. And I was like, dude, same thing. I order something different from Side A just about every time I go. Now, Dodsey will tell you don't order a grilled cheese sandwich ever
at any
from a
restaurant. No.
because it's a grilled cheese.
Yeah,
So I'll
Scotty
tell you,
says he's going to impress me with a grilled
I love
cheese
their
there.
grilled cheese at Side A Brewing. I'll order it any stinking time. It's my favorite thing on the menu.
Pat Flynn just
Make
said
sure you get there.
for an international upset, last year in the Rugby World Cup, England beat the New Zealand All Blacks.
The All Blacks lost to England.
Yeah,
and that's a
which
big
is a
upset.
big
I wish we
upset
had the
on the
nerds
international.
button. I wish we had the nerds soundtrack. We got to get that in because that was something you would press on Flinny Boy over
Yeah,
there.
he also
He's bringing rugby in.
He also said, call him
Flynn-
about the Gardner connection.
Yeah. Rulon Gardner's got
Boom.
connections in LeGrand. We'd love to bring him on the show. He doesn't do a lot of interviews, but that was a mega upset. Sports upsets of our lifetime. We'll keep playing this game. Maybe we'll bring the mayor on a little later. We'll see what his are. But, people are showing the Michael Jordan push off on Brian Russell in 98. That guy's, I know that dude. He's a big Utah Jazz fan. So Jordan ruined the Jazz's life on that.
It's blowing up.
Yeah. UMBC, Maryland, Baltimore County, right? Was that what it was? The 16 seed to beat the one? To beat Virginia a couple years ago in the
weird,
tournament?
I don't even remember
University of Maryland, Baltimore County. I don't even remember their name.
Odd one.
The Labradors or whatever. Okay. Yeah.
The Labrador.
Isn't that what they're called? The Labradors?
That's kind of like the Gooey Ducks.
Is it the Gooey Ducks or the Geoducks?
I think it's Gooey Duck. I think it's pronounced Gooey
How does
Duck.
Evergreen State College do that? What are they, guys? Somebody email or text us on
Isn't that what the clam's called? If anybody knows, isn't it Gooey Duck? Not Geoduck. I never heard it called a Geoduck before.
I've never seen or heard what a Gooey Duck or a Geoduck
that
stinking
long-
is. I have no clue.
Weird looking clam. It's got like a...
Do you eat them?
Yeah, you eat them, but everybody talks about... They get brought up a lot because it's like a phallic looking piece that comes off the end of the clam and it comes up out of the ground.
Now, are they prevalent in the Pacific Northwest?
Yeah, yes.
Because, why would Evergreen State
They
College,
are.
why would you roll with that nickname? Like, who was the person who stood up and said, here's what we're going to do?
They are
We're
prevalent.
going to be the Geoducks.
Alvarez says yes, so I'm assuming that it's the Gooey Ducks.
Gooey Ducks. Alvarez, how would that guy
Hardest
know?
working man in showbiz,
He's
Alvarez.
Alvarez
is the dude, man.
We'll make fun of him a lot on this show. He's the equipment manager at Eastern Oregon University who wears a million hats. They literally couldn't turn the lights on at Quinn Coliseum without
Gooey
Alvarez. And he's a big fan of the show.
He's
Shout
a
out
good
to
dude.
you, Alvarez. People are coming in on this. And Dodsey, there's another Manning coming. And
There is.
way he's being coached, taught, it's interesting, especially, let's just say this, in today's day and age of Twitter and Huddle and the fact that you can watch game tape or get in touch with a high school football player more than ever, for this kid tucked away in New Orleans to be doing what he's doing in the coverage, not following because of how they're stopping it. Something I wanted to talk about when we come back, and how, like I said, in a day in a sports society like today, how this type of thing can still go on, and I say that as a good thing. A Johnny Ballgame show. Shout out to Side A Brewing. We'll be back.
What's going on? Max McCullough with the EOU men's basketball team here. I just wanted to announce to all of you that myself and head coach Carlito Labarda Jr. will be hosting a shooting clinic on Sundays from 4 to 5 p.m. for only $10 for the hour. Middle school and high school aged boys and girls in this hour will get a lot of shots up, work on not only shooting, but ball handling as well, and learning to shoot while you're tired. We got a lot of good drills, so just show up at 4 on Sundays, $10.
Welcome to Mallory Paint Store, home to Benjamin Moore paints and stains, available in over 3,500 colors and in the perfect sheen for any room.
Hi, I'm Jim Mallory, and I'd like to personally invite you to shop with us.
With our expert paint knowledge and color specialists, and we can help you paint the home, the office, the chicken coop. Visit any of our 19 Mallory Paint Store locations for the best in paint with the best in customer service. Check us out at MalloryPaint.com.
We're here to help.
Appreciate the love on the Johnny Ballgame Show. Visit OregonTrailTrader.com for the true Eastern Oregonian. Everything you need and in between is available for a wonderful price at the Oregon Trail Trader, run by Carl Baum. Close personal friend of mine and does an excellent job. Has that new website that is flourishing, OregonTrailTrader.com. Give it a visit. What's up, man?
Your mom just commented.
What's my mom getting in on this? What's she doing?
She said, I failed as a mother. Johnny's from Seattle, and he doesn't know what a gooey duck is.
My mom said that?
She did.
Mom, come on, dude. How would I know? What the hell is a gooey duck?
It's a clam.
It's a clam?
Or an oyster. It comes from the ground. She said you don't eat raw oysters.
I love raw oysters.
So she's tripping.
No, she knows I eat raw oysters. She probably just mistyped that. I mean, I love my
Hi,
mom,
Patsy.
but she's old and it's tough for her on social media sometimes.
Oh,
But we
come
love
on,
her.
man.
We love her. The gooey ducks. Yeah, don't know. Are you sure it is a gooey duck?
I'm sure.
It's not a geoduck.
I've heard it called gooey duck numerous times.
I'll give it to you.
And
Okay.
we got all the backing for it. I mean,
Well, people
yeah.
who follow Eastern Oregon University know because Evergreen State College is in the league. You know,
they
it's a
go
Cascade team, so they
I
play
would not
there.
want to be a gooey duck. Like,
It's such an again. They must be Evergreen State College. I think is in the Olympia area. I think it's in Olympia. So maybe gooey ducks are in an abundance in the Olympia, Washington area. I mean, I just don't see how you'd be like, yeah, we're going to be the gooey ducks, and this is what we're going to do, and we're going to own it. And it's one of the oddest names. You'd think they'd win mascot challenges all the time. Have you seen the mascot of Evergreen State College?
yeah,
Dodzy?
it's a gooey duck.
It's a guy. It looks like a dude in a pickle suit.
Yeah.
like a pickle.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was. The pickles? Like, well, who is this guy? I mean, you can put it up on the screen at some point. Maybe today we'll have some fun with this, Dodsy. But
I'm gonna get a picture of like a real gooey.
Yeah,
duck,
I'd love
too.
to see one.
Yeah,
I'd love to see
I'm
one.
working on that right now.
this will be 2020, the first football season without a Manning quarterbacking in major college or NFL football. Think about that. First time since 1992 where you had a season where there was no Manning in college or pro. Manning friends, Manning family, Manning fans, dude, there's another one coming. Arch Manning, Archie's grandson, Cooper's son. Now, Cooper was the Manning brother who played wide receiver, had a full ride to Ole Miss, was one of the top prep receivers in the country, and when he enrolled in college, found out that he had some sort of a spinal injury, and he was not allowed to play anymore, but his son, Arch, is playing at Isidore Newman High School. It's the same high school that all the Mannings went to. Odell Beckham Jr. went there as well. Nice private school in the New Orleans area. They're good at football. I mean, they have on the door to the locker room, it's like the Manning locker room door. I mean, obviously the money that the Mannings have donated back to Newman High School over the years, I mean, they paid for a bunch of stuff. So this guy, Arch Manning, just completed his freshman year of football. He started on the team. That's varsity. Peyton nor Eli were varsity starters as freshmen and had a terrific season passing. He's ranked by whatever companies and sites rank this as pretty much the top quarterback freshman in the country this season. And here's some weird stuff about this, Dodsy. Now, I guess I can say weird because this is not the way high school football is anymore. One, Arch Manning is not on social media. He doesn't have a Twitter. He doesn't have a Facebook. He's not on TikTok. He's not on social media. This is where every high school football player in the country is on social media.
He will be soon.
Arch Manning is not. He does not do interviews. He's had a number of outlets from the New Orleans Times, Picayune to ESPN and all the recruiting services 24/7. He doesn't do interviews. He's not ready to speak with the media. How about this? He's not listening to any recruiting coordinators or talking on any scholarship offers. Think about this. He has every school in the country that would love to get a commit from him. He's not talking to schools. You don't think Ed Orgeron, LSU, is going to be all over this kid in New Orleans? Heck yeah, he wants him. We'll see where he goes. I mean, he's got Ole Miss. He's got Tennessee. Maybe he does his own thing. But this guy's going to be coming. And, Dodsey, it just seems like his family, they get who they are. I mean, this is royalty. This is quarterbacking royalty.
Undoubtedly.
I mean, it's the biggest example of quarterbacking royalty I can think of, the Mannings. And it's almost like Arch Manning, for the better, is being protected by some of this. In the article I read it on Sports Illustrated. There's an article coming out. Barstool has some commentary on this too, just saying like in today's era, for this kid who's a Manning, not to be on social media, not to be doing interviews, not being kind of paraded out there like people would want the Mannings to do. It's almost like the Mannings are like, hey, you got to respect our privacy on this one. We understand how big a deal it's going to be. Like once Arch Manning gets a Twitter account, if he did anything, I don't know, outside of the box or unordinary on social media, he'd have millions of followers within a day. And I think them saying, hey, you're not going to do this stuff. We're going to focus on school. We're going to focus on quarterbacking, on family. You're basically American football royalty. You're quarterbacking royalty. We're not going to put you in a position to screw this up. You're a Manning. That means something. I don't want to say it like condescendingly, but act like it. You're a Manning. We're going to teach you how to be not just a quarterback and a great player and a student, a smart, capable person, but we're going to teach you how to be a Manning. And, Peyton's got a son. I don't know Eli's situation, if he has all daughters or a son, but it's interesting to see, and you're getting old, where here's the next wave of Mannings coming in 3 years. He's going to be starting probably as a true freshman at a major college football program, unless he decides to do something else with his life, and that's fine if you don't want the glitz and the glamour of being a Manning. I get that. But, Dodsey, this is going to be an interesting story to follow for the next 3, 4, 5 years. There's just something about...
Undoubtedly.
There's something about the Mannings that, even when Archie was playing, and I've talked to old school dudes, like Archie was fun, popular. People loved Archie Manning, and he played on that hellhole Saints team that couldn't win at the time. They didn't have free agency. You couldn't build well, and people loved Archie. And Peyton Manning is one of the most popular quarterbacks of all time. Eli, certainly in the New York area, mega. And here's going to come another one in Arch Manning. Archie, I'm named after his grandfather Archie, I would imagine. Yep. But this is Cooper's son, not Peyton's son, not Eli's. But yeah, Cooper's. Pretty interesting there. Dodsey,
I got it.
That's a geoduck?
Yeah, that's the actual
a gooey duck.
Yeah. And then if we want to look at the mascot, here's their mascot.
Yeah, it's like a pickle.
It's not a pickle. It's a clam, bro. Look, it's got a shell.
I see,
and then it's got the siphon that comes out the top, which is
Dodsey, you're the picky eater around here, not me.
I've had it.
I'm not eating that.
You would like it. Promise.
I mean, I love seafood.
You'd love it then.
Love oysters, clams. I mean, but a gooey duck?
You would absolutely love it. I promise you would love that. Promise. It's good.
I wonder if there's a story behind the name there. Evergreen State College Gooey Ducks.
But maybe they just couldn't come up with anything else.
Wonder what type of chants they have. Like the cheerleaders. Let's go Gooeys. Go Gooey Ducks. I mean, it's weird.
It's definitely weird.
But that is just go back to the original one.
Go back to the original Gooey Duck. You want to see that again?
Pull that up again. It looks like a weed that I pull out of a. That doesn't look like anything edible, Dodsy. So what part do you eat?
So if you see the big end, you eat the the siphon.
The white stuff?
No, that's the shell, bro.
So I pop that open and then I eat the rest of it?
Yeah, that siphon is what that long phallic looking thing is what comes up out of the ground.
Okay.
And that's how they breathe or whatever. I don't know enough about them.
Yeah, my mother, you did not fail. You're not responsible for teaching me what that is. That's ridiculous.
I think it's funny.
Text messages coming in. Great sports upsets 1994. Denver Nuggets over the Seattle Supersonics. That was the first 8 seed to beat a 1. That was tragically heartbreaking for me. I'm still not over that. That is only topped by Malcolm Butler's interception for me for Ultimate Sports.
Wow.
gut punches. Seeing Dikembe Mutombo lie there on the court. You remember that, Dodsy? Embracing the ball like that Sonics team. Remember, Jordan wasn't playing that year. He was swinging and missing at curveballs.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the league was wide open. And the Sonics had the best record in the entire NBA, and I followed that team. You heard me talking to Kevin Calabro about that team?
Yep.
Yeah, you guys are breaking my heart. Shout out to the 206 for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. All different area codes texting the program, 541-962-7700. Appreciate the love from the Oregon Trail Trader. We got a good commercial from them. We got some new commercial content today, didn't we, Dodsy?
Yeah,
nice
we
job.
do. Yep.
Kyle Dodds Productions, if you want Dodsy to work on something for you, he'll be in collaboration with Brent Clapp Productions, and they'll get you a great commercial for your business. Most of the commercials we have on this are done by Dodsy. Not the Mallory Paint one, but just about every other one.
We just go out and do that work.
So that's part of the package for the sponsorships on this ball game show. You get live out there commercial stuff, and we'll play during our break. So appreciate everybody on that. Games tonight: Damian versus Zion. Blazer fan, if you could trade Damian right now, straight up for Zion, is that a no-brainer? Do you just do that and move on from the greatest Blazer ever and bring in Zion? Would you do it? Zion for Damian straight up. We'll talk about that. Brought to you by Benchwarmers Pub and Grill. Big games tonight, Dodsy. Get me out of here, will you?
We're here at Marketplace Fresh Foods, home of 4th Street Bistro. They truly got everything here for great prices, especially for students. We got all sorts of sandwiches here. It's a Reuben panini, chicken pesto panini, all sorts of different sandwiches. We got a fresh baked pie here. The cookies are to die for. If you haven't had one, you got to get in immediately and get one of them. What else do we got here? Some cinnamon rolls, all sorts of things. We'll head over this way and see what else we got going on. Fresh soup made daily. Great variety there. Little fruit section, put together a little parfait. Whatever you want, they got it here. They really do. We got a variety of beers on tap right here. Shoot, as a matter of fact, we got Ballgame chilling right here. What's up, Max? What's going on, Ballgame?
Hi, I'm Derek Erickson. I'm the produce manager at Marketplace Fresh Foods, and welcome to my Chop Shop. So these are the services we offer here at Marketplace Fresh Foods in our Chop Shop. Basically, you come, you buy your produce, your fruit, your veggies here, and for no additional cost, we'll chop them up for you however you want and package them and send you out the door. It takes the work out of having to prep at home, really simplifies things. Also, we do custom salsas, guacamole, hash pepper ranch dips. We have a lot of cool events always going on, so check us out.
There's one place in town I can assure you every Portland Trailblazer game will be on the television, with or without that Charter Spectrum internet debacle that we are currently living in the throes of hell in regards to. We want our internet back. Dang it. Benchwarmers Pub and Grill. That's the place. They are every Blazer game. They are every big-time football game. If you want sports, you want a brewski, you want a bite to eat, you're going to want Benchwarmers Pub and Grill. Depot Street, LeGrand, right next to the Long Branch. Talk about a filling plate of biscuits and gravy. The Long Branch works every time. Oh, yeah. Is it Tuesday today? Yeah, it is. Taco Tuesday at the Long Branch. I'm talking big stuffed flour, tortilla, tacos. I could eat like 3 of them right now, Dodsy. So Benchwarmers Pub and Grill, that's where you're going for the game. Tonight, Pelicans versus Blazers. This is a game. I'm on my Oregon Lottery scoreboard app, and I want to give everybody a pick today because I think I'm on this one. I think I'm going to hit this. This is shout out to Kevin bringing this possible play to my attention. I have it on my Oregon scoreboard lottery app. I love being able to make bets on this, but bet Boston and Portland, both on the money line for a 2-team parlay, has a good payout. Put a couple bucks on it. You'll laugh all the way to the bank. Portland versus New Orleans tonight. Now, Dodzy, this game is in New Orleans. It's going to be an early start. What, about 5 o'clock Pacific time? Would ya? I mean, Damian Lillard for Zion Williamson. Now, this wouldn't happen. It's just kind of one of those fictional things. But if you were running the Blazers, Damian Lillard is almost 30. Zion, I don't even think he's 20. Spectacular physical specimen, Zion Williamson. So far, seems like a great dude, great kid, super unselfish, like he's the type of dude you'd want your daughter to date, that type of personality. But I know what Rip City, I know the love Rip City has for Damian Lillard. He's the most popular Blazer ever. Quite frankly, he's the best Blazer ever. He's had, in my opinion, better seasons than Clyde Drexler and Bill Walton. Damian this year, for example, he's averaging 29.9 points per game. 30 a night. You know how hard it is in the NBA to average 30 points a game through a season? Look at the great players. A lot of them have never done it. A lot of them, Dodsy. That's a tough thing to do, is drop 30 a night in the NBA, and Dame is doing it. He's really at the peak of his powers right now. And I would hate to lose him. But Dodsy, Zion's a teenager. He's got his whole NBA life ahead of him. I think if I'm Neil O'Shea, Blazer GM, and New Orleans called me and they're trying to make a push right now, or they're nervous about Zion's injury future, and they're willing to trade right now Zion for Damian and work the financial particulars out. Maybe the Blazers have to throw in other guys on cap stuff, or the Pelicans do to match the salaries, whatever. You're saying no. I'm saying way. Yes. I would do it. I would do it.
Nope. Zion's too much of a risk right now.
Gosh.
His body's so big, dude. He's
weird.
He's not.
Do you not think he's going to hold up?
I don't.
mean, yeah. That's the only reservation I would have, is I don't know if his body physically can hold up. Does he need to lose 25 pounds?
I think the only thing that's going to save Zion is technology.
You know how hard it is to lose 25 pounds at Zion's weight?
Yeah, he's only like
his physique?
9% body fat.
I mean, he is built who he is. He's a big dude.
Yeah.
For him to drop 25 pounds, like, I don't know if he could do that. I mean, you could put him on the greatest programs and diets. Maybe you could, but I think that might be what you have to do. Yeah.
Did you see that little piece on him where they were talking about during the injury, like during that time that he had off, they like completely restructured even the way he walks to make it easier on his joints.
God, that's like Rocky IV, Ivan Drago. Whatever he hits, he destroys. You know, I mean, dude, it's like this. But man, the likes of Zion physically have only entered the NBA a handful of times. You know, I'm talking like George Mikan, Wilt Chamberlain, Shaq. I guess you could say Michael. He was such an amazing athlete. If you go back and watch early Jordan, I'm talking like 84 to 87 Jordan stuff. Oh, dude. He was dunking on everybody in the league. Best athlete in the league. Jordan and not LeBron, you know? I mean, that's
LeBron's a freak.
Yeah, totally. Just a physical, absolute freak. You cannot stop him, and he's just a better athlete than you.
He wouldn't have lasted at his big weight, though. When LeBron was really big, like when he was up around 280,
he was a
285.
He was a square box.
He wouldn't have lasted in the NBA at that weight.
Maybe he would have lasted, but he wouldn't have been as good.
No.
Like he'd be out of the league. Like,
best thing he did was lose a little bit of weight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you got to get up and down the floor in today's game.
Yep.
This is not a power game anymore like it was. And maybe Zion's going to have that lesson as well. I don't know. But tonight, Pelicans, Blazers at Benchwarmers Pub and Grill. I think the game starts at 5, which is badass for you because happy hour runs until 6.
There's also Sixers and Clippers tonight, too. It's a big game.
Yeah, I mean, the Sixers seem like a mess right now, dude. Like, you know, Dodsey's on the bandwagon of this. The Blazers somehow, some way trading for Ben Simmons. Now, that can't happen this year.
Nope.
The trade deadline was last week. But it seems like Philly is going to have to make a decision, Embiid or Simmons.
One or the other.
Yep. Apparently, there's reports that they're just not cool. They don't get along. Their games aren't meshing the way they needed them to. And Philly might be in the best situation to move one of them, bring a great talent in. Like, you know, the Blazers, send them C.J. McCollum, send them Zach Collins. Would they trade Ben Simmons for C.J. and Zach? That might be the best offer they're going to receive.
That'd be awesome.
And then Ben Simmons and his worldly talent. Ben Simmons is one of the more gifted, naturally physically gifted players in the NBA.
Oh, yeah.
He is an absolute stud physically.
Can't shoot
gifted
to
with
save
the ball.
his ass.
You know what? Yeah, Blazers, find other shooters, you know? But yeah, I'm with you. He can't shoot to save his ass.
No.
You don't want him shooting a 3 when you're down.
How could you play that much basketball? You know what I mean? Like, he's played AAU. He played all the way through this, and that. And he still can't shoot.
Okay, let me ask
you this. Can't even hit like a 17-footer.
Do you think that if you went to a Philadelphia 76er practice, do you think Ben Simmons just drains 3 after 3 after 3?
Doubt it.
Because I don't know. I'm sure you've been to high-level basketball. Hell, you've just seen Max McCollum.
Yeah, I rebound for Max before games.
At that, and how often out of every 10 shots, how many does Max make?
9.
Right?
9.
I saw Dodsey
That's being honest.
I know. Like,
BP too. I've rebounded for him and Josh. Same thing.
That's how.
It's
that's
like
how
automatic.
good those basketball players. And we're just talking. Max is an All-American at the NAIA level, and Dodsey rebounds for him. And he's like, dude, he missed like 3 or 4 times in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I saw, dude, this is crazy. I saw Jeff Hornacek warm up once. I got to a game super early. It was when Hornacek was with the Jazz, and they were playing the Sonics back in Seattle, Dodsey. Mm-hmm. And I just watched Hornacek shoot.
Just drill.
Dodsey, I don't think he missed in like an hour.
That's
Jeff Hornacek. I was like, oh my God. How do these guys go into games and shoot 40%, and that's good, and then you see them at practice and they shoot 97%? It's crazy, but I don't know if maybe that's how Ben Simmons is too. Because like you said, how can you not be at that level of ability and not be able just to drain threes like you're eating a bowl of cereal,
especially with this age, this
do.
era. That's all they do.
500 times a day. The technology they have, where you make a shot, it goes into a machine, and they pass the ball right back out to you.
Yeah, I don't remember watching Ben Simmons at the last Blazer game I went to, but it was Sixers.
You saw Ben. You've seen Ben Simmons play?
I have. Yeah, and Embiid before the game though, my son and I were watching Embiid. He didn't miss anywhere on the court.
Gosh, yeah, those
anywhere on the court.
So good, yeah.
But I don't remember watching Ben Simmons in warm-ups.
So Max, our intern, we love him. He makes 9 out of 10 just consistently.
In practice. In warm-up? Yeah, dude.
So basically, when you're shagging balls from, you're just right under the hoop.
Dude, it's so easy. It really is. Like, ball just comes right through the net.
We're going to need Maxey to miss
a lot of times I'll relocate
more.
him or, whatever. But, yeah. And that's gotten better too as he's gotten more confidence with his ankles and everything. I've noticed that his control with the ball and his confidence have just skyrocketed.
Yeah, crazy. I mean, how good those players are.
It's crazy.
Max, if you're watching, miss a few more. Make Dodsey work for it a little bit. Let him shag a couple balls.
I don't
want
to be all sweaty out there, man. I got work to do.
You don't want to be all sweaty.
Chasing down balls. It's hot in that little auxiliary gym.
Let's check with some social media. You can email the program, johnnyballgameshow@gmail.com. Text messages 541-962-7700 on our Northwest Furniture and Mattress text line. Gosh, we saw those Tempur-Pedics at Northwest Furniture and Mattress yesterday. Absolutely amazing.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
That's the next commercial that's coming out, too. The Tempur. Oh, man. Yeah. Those beds.
It's going to be a fun one.
Boy.
Mayor next hour. And just a little question. The league, the NFL, still no announcement at all on a possible punishment for the Patriots violating the NFL film policies. What? We're just another Patriot.
You think they're just going to get away with it, maybe?
Something just swept under the rug. We're not talking about it. I mean, baseball, we can't stop talking about the Astros and those sign-stealing scandal, and the Patriots are kind of like just sitting over here like, yeah, sweet. Keep talking about the Astros, man. Yeah. And they violated the policy. Whether or not they knew they were violating the policy or not, it's not a legit reason. You violate the policy, you're going to be punished, you think, especially when you're not a first-time offender. Anyway, I want to talk about that a little bit. Ball Game Show. Appreciate the love, you guys. We'll be right back. Give us a quick one.
Johnny Ballgame Show here at the Oregon Trail Trader, longtime sponsors and supporters of the Johnny Ballgame Show. Hunters, fishers, campers, really the true Eastern Oregonian. This is a one-stop shop with owner, operator, community pillar, say what you will, the great Carl Baum hanging out with us here. And it truly is one-stop shopping here at the Oregon Trail Trader, Bommy Boy.
Hey, we try to make it easy on people. Life enough is hard. You might as well be able to get your guns as easy as possible.
What's your story? I mean, you've been firing guns a long time, hunting, fishing. You're a true Eastern Oregonian. Like, how'd this come about?
Well, I've always been just your traditional Eastern Oregon redneck. I like to blow crap up, shoot stuff, all that fun stuff. Joined the military, shot tanks, had fun in Iraq, if you can have fun in Iraq. And was an accountant, got tired of, adding 1 + 1 = 2. It started adding up to 3, and I thought, man, I got to punch out. So I came down here, bought the store, and that's the story. Just been selling guns and employing an employee. That's about it.
Good story there with Carl Baum here, Oregon Trail Trader. You claim to have the largest selection of firearms in Eastern Oregon. You feel pretty confident about that, don't you, Bommy Boy?
I got 500 plus, and they just keep pouring in. I don't know what to do with them all. I just stack them up, sell them, whatever. If you want a gun, I've got new, I've got used.
Other items in the store I know we wanted to get to, but what's going on?
Well, Dodsey was looking for something, and he was trying to help me with something. Where?
I don't know where he went. Dodsey!
All right, Oregon Trail Trader. Where is Dodsey? Let's go find this guy. What you got?
Over here somewhere. Look at all this AR stuff I brought in. Tons of parts.
All AR stuff.
All AR stuff, man. He's not in the cleaning aisle. Is he in the fishing area? He's not in the fishing area. Look at all these bench-made knives, too. You think he'd be back here by all these bench-made knives? I've got like 200 of these things.
Yeah. It's a lot of knives, Bommy.
You're going to cut yourself.
Some nice hats, too.
Look at all these hats. Yeah, I mean, what is this doing out? What is this doing out? And a knife? Where's freaking Dodsey, man? He drives through my stuff.
Yeah. There he is.
Dodsey, seriously?
Dodsey!
Hey, man, all this cool stuff just overwhelms me, man. This Oregon Trail Trader, man, this place is cool.
Seriously, is he on cable?
The Oregon Trail Trader. They buy, they sell, they trade.
Welcome to Mallory Paint Store, home to Benjamin Moore paints and stains, available in over 3,500 colors and in the perfect sheen for any room.
Hi, I'm Jim Mallory, and I'd like to personally invite you to shop with us.
With our expert paint knowledge and color specialists, and we can help you paint the home, the office, the chicken coop. Visit any of our 19 Mallory Paint Store locations for the best in paint with the best in customer service. Check us out at MalloryPaint.com.
We're here to help.
I'm not a big coffee drinker, but this CP Espresso, good stuff. I have a go-to coffee drink, Dodzy. I'm an iced vanilla latte kind of dude. Do you have one? I mean, you're not a big coffee guy either. But like if you're going to go whatever coffee establishment, you're going to go to CP Espresso there on Adams Avenue, what's your go-to?
My go-to coffee is no coffee at all.
Like, come on, Dodzy, you need to play the stinking games.
I don't drink, if I'm going to go to a coffee place, I'm getting like an energy drink blended. Pretty much. I don't drink coffee. I don't like it. I think it tastes like dirt.
So you wouldn't like an iced vanilla latte?
No.
Okay.
I don't drink coffee. I mean, I really
I've never
don't.
seen you drink coffee.
Yeah,
You're an energy drink guy. Yeah.
I think coffee tastes like dirt. I love the way it smells, though. It smells delicious.
Yeah, it does.
Just not the taste.
I don't know when. I would hope sooner rather than later that the league is going to hand down the Patriot punishment, or if there's going to be one, any statement whatsoever. I've been just looking around here online the last couple of days, like, did this happen? Did I not know about it? What's going on? And no, they still haven't handed down a punishment. The Patriots, if you don't remember, they admitted to this. They were caught where a credentialed Patriot video crew member, they were caught filming the Bengal sideline, which is a violation of, credentialed video crew members to do. And this is something they've been busted for before. This is what Spygate was. They were busted for illegal videotaping of the Jets sideline back in 2007. They got fined a couple $100,000. They lost a pick. Like, it was kind of a big deal. Spygate. Whether they knew they were doing it or not, again, they did it again. They got caught again for illegally videotaping an opponent's sideline. You can say, "Hey, we didn't know. Hey, we're just a couple of bumble turds. We didn't know what we were doing. Hey, oh my God, you've been busted for this before." There's one. You can ask for permission, or you can beg for forgiveness. A lot of people, you ask yourself that all the time. Do I just want to do this? And if I get caught, I just or just beg for forgiveness. Because if I ask for permission beforehand and they say no, then I can't do it. We've all kind of done those things. But the Patriots don't have that benefit of the doubt anymore, in my opinion. And I would think it's going to be a pretty stiff crime. I read an article on NBCSports.com. The writer says could be a multitude of draft picks, a bunch of money. I don't think money matters. Obviously, I'm not the one writing the check. But if I'm Robert Kraft and Roger Goodell says, "Hey, yeah, dude, I'm going to need $1 million. $1 million and we lose a first-round pick, okay, done." It's almost like, okay, I'll wash my hands clean. That's good for me. In order to really punish them, and they won't do this now, Dodsy, but like Bill Belichick, 4 games, can't coach the team. 4-game suspension at the beginning of the year. That type of
not
situation.
going to happen.
Will never happen.
No.
Roger Goodell doesn't have the balls to make that happen.
Nope.
He doesn't. He does not have the guts to say, yeah, Bill Belichick, yeah, you're gone for a month.
Not
Sean
happening.
Payton, Saints coach,
a year.
He got kicked out a year for Bountygate, which it was proven that he wasn't really a part of. Yeah, he oversaw it. It was his team. He's ultimately responsible. Yeah, but dang, a full year? That's throwing him in Alcatraz for jaywalking. He had no idea what was going on under his nose. Apparently, that was proven. And Belichick gets nothing. Robert Kraft. Yeah, you're suspended for a year. You can't have anything to do with the operations of the team for 1 year. You're gone for a year, Robert Kraft. Your son Jonathan can run the team. You can't be there. You can't go to game. That's a stiff penalty.
Yep.
Because if that's the case, then Bob Kraft's saying, okay, whose ass is coming in my briefcase? He's going to storm in there. He's going to yell at everybody, hey, you guys, he is. Because all of a sudden, he's got to wear the punishment. It's not just pulling out your checkbook and signing over to the league. Draft picks. How about this? Like, could you imagine if they said, okay, the Patriots, every one of your draft picks, wherever you're picking, we're moving you to the end of the line. So you pick 32nd out of 32nd in every single round. That type of heat. That'd be a huge loss. You take away a first, a huge loss, right? You find them in like salary cap dollars. Like, hey, we're taking away 15% of your salary cap. You can't spend this money. Like, you punish them. I mean, it's like when I was a kid, I do something stupid. My mom sends me to my room. Wait, what? I go to my room. Okay, I'm going to turn on Tecmo Bowl. I'm going to put my stereo on. I'm going to listen to music. I'm going to play video games. I'm going to look at my cool posters in my room. I'm going to bring the damn dog in the room to hang out with me. I'm not really being punished, man. I'm playing Tecmo Bowl in my season. I'm hanging out with my dog, and I'm playing, rap music on my stereo that they bought for me. Like, punish me. Make me go to the room, take all that stuff away. And Roger Goodell doesn't seem to do that when it comes to the Patriots. I don't know. And are they buttering his bread? Hell yeah. Of course. It's the greatest. The Patriots are the team of the decade, the last 2 decades, 2000s and 2010s. They're the team of the decade in both decades. We talk about the Steelers of the 70s and the Niners of the 80s, Cowboys of the 90s. No, Patriots have the last 2 decades. So yeah, they've been a big reason why the NFL right now is valued more than it's ever been valued. I get that. There are business implications to it, but still, I mean, they keep breaking the law, and they're not in Alcatraz. They're not in Shawshank. Robert Kraft should have to crawl through a pipe of sewage 500 yards to get to the other side on that. And it's just, they don't do anything to him. It's kind of interesting. Northwest Furniture and Mattress, working on a new commercial for them, talking about their Tempur-Pedics. It will be the most comfortable mattress you've ever slept on. They have great deals going on right now. All shapes, all sizes, all features. That's the Tempur-Pedic line of mattress. Honestly, it's like the equivalent of a Ferrari. You're sleeping in a Ferrari every night. The Ferrari of beds. Only they're way more affordable than you'd think. Tempur-Pedics at Northwest Furniture and Mattress. Don't go anywhere else. Check them out online too. Dodsey 6-pack. I like this one. It's gonna be brought to you by Grand Ron Hospital. We got a mayor sighting. The official mayor of Union County here on the Ballgame Show will stop by, and Forbes magazine. I don't know if that still exists. It does. Forbes ranked the value of every NBA team. Do you have an idea who's number one? The highest valued NBA team? Maybe we talk about that a little bit too. We're having fun today, dang it. I drank a whole thing of coffee, Dodsey. When you have ADHD, like Johnny Ballgame.
No bueno.
I mean, like I'm just crazy.
Wow.
CP Espresso. Dodsey, get me out of here, man.
Good
I'll be
idea.
back.
Johnny Ballgame Show here with Deputy Sheriff and School Resource Officer. Throw in 2018 Man of the Year in Union County, the great Cody Bowen hanging out with us. And another day, another dollar, I'm sure, with what you do and the value and the commitment you've given to this community. We're really excited to be able to interview you. How you been, Cody?
Good, real good. Yeah, I've got the school year well under the way here. Winter, of course, I'm here at the basketball games, hanging out, keeping an eye on things, and just having a presence in the school and letting people know that it's always a safe place. And yeah, absolutely.
What are some of the bigger challenges? I mean, you got a lot of hats. I mean, you got a lot of stuff to look out for, a lot of different schools. Everybody knows Officer Bowen. I got nephews and people who have kids, and everybody knows you're a celebrity, so to speak, too. But what comes with that? What challenges you the most day in, day out?
When I took this position in the sheriff's office, my number one goal was just to bridge the gap between law enforcement and our kids in our school system and the general public. I've made it a goal to have the kids run to me, not to run away from me, and so being here, being a friendly face, humanizing the badge, if you will, giving them something to look forward to, high fives, hugs, handshakes, whatever that may be, just being there for them has paid off dividends.
Cody Bowen hanging out with us. Well said. The football team. I know you're a sports guy. How about them Tigers? 2019 4A state champions.
How about those Tigers, man? I tell you what, those kids, that group of seniors now. I've been a school resource officer for the last 5 years, so I was introduced to them, if you will, that core group of kids in 8th grade. And man, it's been a privilege to see that group of kids grow up and to see them accomplish what they set out to do. Man, coaching staff from the top to the bottom, the kids on that team, truly amazing.
Was this how it was all planned out? I mean, were you cleaning up the hallways when you were roaming these things? I mean, did you always know it was going to be Officer or Deputy Sheriff Cody Bowen? I mean, is this a lifelong dream fulfilled, the position you're in?
If anybody knows me, this is the farthest thing that they thought that I would be from. There's no way in the way. He's shaking his head. I wasn't, I didn't walk the straight and narrow in high school. And I teetered on that verge of getting in trouble and not getting in too much trouble. And to be honest with you, it has made me, in my eyes, the best cop possible to bridge the gap with some of these kids, especially growing up right here and going to school here. I can relate to a lot of these kids from the great athletes on down to the kids that are just here trying to make it day in and day out, have something in common with each and every one of them. And it's made my job, I don't want to say easy, but it's made me more approachable to the students. They can relate.
What did get you in this line of work? Like you said, it couldn't have been further from, but something clicked, something happened, somebody impacted you. What's that story like?
Yeah, well, honestly, Sheriff Rasmussen. I worked for Les Schwab for 16 years, and then my wife and I started our family, and my kids started to grow up, and they're in sports. And I was missing sports working at Les Schwab. I was working 6 days a week on an average. I'm going to say on an average 13 hours a day. And my kids were growing up and my wife was raising them, and I'm like, I'm missing it. So I became a volunteer with the Sheriff's Office in the Reserve Program and just absolutely fell in love with it. Being able to be out there and impact people on a whole different level and be there for them and respond to calls to help people was something that I truly fell in love with. And then when the school resource officer position came open, I was jumping up and down like, I want that job. I want that job. I really thought it was an opportunity to really build some really good, strong relationship with the kids in our community and their families for that matter, and just kind of take that to the next level.
Have you been, or how impressed have you been with the support that these kids seem to receive from mom and dad or everyone else in the community? I mean, that football thing was spectacular. Wrestling the Meilenberg over the weekend, everybody was there. It's just right now, it seems like, and you've been here a long time, it seems like this could be like an all-time high when it comes to sports at the prep level. Like everybody's good at everything, it seems like, and the support just continues to flow. What do you think about that, Cody?
It does. It's truly amazing. I also help coach the girls softball team, and to turn around, especially at the state championship level, and look and see faces and friends and family in the stands, and they're just excited for the kids as everybody else is, and being a part of that, being able to show your support. Man, we've got an extremely talented student body from our 8th graders coming up, our freshmen coming up, and man, it's exciting times at LHS. It really is.
Well, appreciate you hanging out with us.
Absolutely, I appreciate it.
School Resource Officer, the great Cody Bowen.
All right. Just want to shout out all the beautiful baby dolls that are watching this show right now. We love ya. My baby doll in particular, the lovely Cher. And we need to get her picture up here, Dodsy. We got to get my girlfriend's picture behind us at some point, bro.
Not doing it, man.
I snail mailed my girl her Valentine's Day card today. Got out there, stamped on it. I mean, because I was like, well, can I just send you an email? Like, because you can do electronic stuff now. She's like, no, like, you have to mail it. Like, okay, kind of odd, but the things you do for love, man.
Yeah.
You know,
word.
I should have sent my mom one too.
Probably should have.
I should have sent Mom one too. Mom, I love you, and maybe I still can get on that tomorrow and send you one. Appreciate you. Mayor Caleb Sampson will join us this hour. There's going to be a beer here, and surprisingly, it might be a challenge to get the mayor to sample this Marketplace fresh food on tap beverage.
That's messed up, man.
We're gonna have some fun with it. Is that mean of me, Dodzy?
It's mean.
And we'll explain to it later. Caleb's kind of taking a break on the beverages, and I'm gonna be that guy who's gonna right next to the hospital logo too. Pat Flynn's loving this. Yeah, he's got a beer next to his logo. I need to move this over here, dude. But yeah, I mean that's not good advertising placement. I mean, no one's gonna look at the hospital logo. They're gonna look at the damn beer.
Yeah.
Dodsy, we do it every Tuesday. We call it a Dodsy 6-pack, brought to you by Grand Ronde Hospital and the 4th Annual Foundation Gala. The theme this year, a world of possibilities. We'll talk about this in a great deal over the next month. Get your gala tickets, brought to you by U.S. Bank. Visit grh.org/gala. You see it on the bottom of the screen. Get to one of the great events.
Use the code Ballgame.
Thank you, Dodzy. If you type in the promo code Ballgame, they give you a little special dealio. Yes. Type in the code. Dodsy, let's do it. A Dodsy 6-pack brought to you by GRH.
The drinks are on the out.
It's time for a Dodsy 6-pack. Featuring sports trivia, pop trivia, and everything Dodsy.
Pour it softly, pour it gently, and pour it to the brim.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the 1997 IMC Baseball Player of the Year, the great Kyle Dobbs, one of the top pitchers in the history of Riverside Community College baseball.
Didn't do that well.
Are you in their Hall of Fame? Are you in
No.
Dude.
No.
How about this?
Not even close.
Dodsy, we got to get you in the LeGrand High School Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Dude, you're a Player of the Year.
Yeah.
In baseball, in the old IMC days. How many no-hitters did you throw for the Tigers? Dude, hashtag Dodsy for the Hall.
All right.
Hashtag Dodsy. We got to get you in the Hall of Fame.
You ready?
Maybe the mayor can pull some strings. Yeah, let's do it.
We're going to start off a little bit easy for you. So the first question is, what do you call it when somebody bowls 3 strikes back to back to back?
Oh, man. I've had a few of these, Dodsy. I have. I'm a decent bowler. Nothing crazy.
Few.
It's a turkey, Dodsy.
Boom.
A turkey. Ball game 1 for 1.
All right, next.
I cook a pretty good turkey, too, by the way, Dodsy.
This is coming right off of my brain, too, this next one. Number 2, you're 1 for 1. Let's name the all-time single-season passing leader for the Packers. What year, if you can? Tough one.
I know for a long time it was Lynn Dickey. I want to say in 83 or 84. Lynn Dickey had that record forever. Very underrated Packer quarterback.
Okay.
It's going to single season, not single game. I mean, it's Rodgers or Favre. Favre had the 3 consecutive MVP seasons, which is remarkable. Rodgers has won league MVP twice. I'm going to say it's Aaron Rodgers, Dodsy.
What year? You know?
Dodsy, I got to name the year.
Hey, just so you know, Mayor didn't even know this. He's a Packers fan.
I'll say 2011 is MVP season.
That is. Yep. 4,643 yards.
He beat Lynn Dickey's record, probably.
Boom.
Caleb doesn't know who Lynn Dickey is.
What is that, 2
either.
for 2?
I'm 2 for 2. What the hell is this?
All right, we're going to go a little off the beaten path here. We're going to make this a little harder.
I like this kind of party today.
We're 2 for 2. What number is next, so to the right, on a dartboard to the number 20? 20 straight up and down, right? That's the top number.
Yeah.
To the right. What's the first number to the right on a dartboard?
Number 2.
Nope. 2 for 3. It's number 1.
And then it's 18.
Yep.
Damn it!
It's number 1.
Damn it!
2 for 3?
2 for 3.
2 for 3. Let's get the replay of that.
Come on, what are you doing, man?
Thinking.
Let's go.
All right, so let's do this one next. Let's do the lyrics. 90s pop song. Lyrics and artist. You ready?
Yeah, what is it?
Yeah, this one's going to be tough. Maybe. The jam is live in effect, and I don't waste time. on the mic with the dope rhyme. Jump to the rhythm. Jump to the rhythm. Jump.
Come on in, dance, guys. Grab a girl. This is CNC Music Factory.
Name of the song.
Sweat.
Gonna make you sweat. Yep.
Does the rhythm take control? Let the rhythm move to you. Let's sweat. Wow. Hell yeah. Nice job, Dodsy.
Wow.
I got that. I used to have that CD.
You nailed it.
You know the CD clubs where you pay like for a penny, you get like 8 free CDs? Oh, yeah, totally.
Okay, so here's the last regular question. And right now you're 3 for 4. Before 1894, basketball games were played with what sort of ball?
Say the year again.
1894.
Basketball didn't even exist before in the 1890s,
Yeah,
man.
it did. Yeah, it did.
They played with this type of ball?
Yep.
A soccer ball.
Boom. 4 for 5, which means you're going to end up 5 for 6 today. Because the last question, I had Bennett come up with something, and
the only one I missed was the damn dartboard question. I should have had that.
Yeah, you almost had a perfect day. Bennett wanted. I asked him to give me a question for number 6, the open-ended bonus question if you have it, and he basically asked, what's your favorite part of working with Brent Clapp Enterprises, Brent Clapp Productions? So far,
the equipment's wonderful, state-of-the-art stuff. They're ahead of the game. It's a warming environment. There's
Good
cool people
people
who work here. The Marketplace Fresh Foods is right across the hallway, so I can get water, sodas, meals.
Brewskis.
Yeah, brewskis.
Just a good all-around thing.
Yeah, I love it here.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. And another shout-out to my boy Patty Flynn and the crew at Grand Ronde Hospital. Go to grh.org/gala. It's a world of possibilities, the 4th annual Foundation Gala. And remember, your gala tickets, they not only give you admission to the premier event in Northeastern Oregon this year, but up close with their providers, leadership, and patients who are going to make local health care possible. I want you to go to this event, buy your tickets at the website listed below. Again, it's the premier gala in Northeastern Oregon this year. Use the promo code BALLGAME, all one word, and you'll get a special extra prize. Shout out to
Catered by the one and only Merlin, too.
Yeah, Merlin's going to cater this event.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a tip-top night. I'm sure the mayor will be there. He'll be looking at the dapper mayor, as he always is, him and his lovely wife. They'll be at this event. No question. Let's talk with him. He's going to bring him on the stage here. We come back. Dodsy Six-Pack brought to you by Grand Ronde Hospital and the gala coming up, grh.org/gala. We'll be back.
We're here at Marketplace Fresh Foods, home of 4th Street Bistro. They truly got everything here for great prices, especially for students. We got all sorts of sandwiches here. It's a Reuben panini, chicken pesto panini, all sorts of different sandwiches. We got a fresh baked pie here. The cookies are to die for. If you haven't had one, you got to get in immediately and get one of them. What else we got here? Some cinnamon rolls, all sorts of things. We'll head over this way and see what else we got going on. Fresh soup made daily. Great variety there. Little fruit section, put together a little parfait. You know, whatever you want, they got it here. They really do. We got a variety of beers on tap right here. Shoot, as a matter of fact, we got Ballgame chilling right here.
What's up, Max?
What's going on, Ballgame?
Hi, I'm Derek Erickson. I'm the produce manager at Marketplace Fresh Foods, and welcome to my Chop Shop. So these are the services we offer here at Marketplace Fresh Foods in our Chop Shop. Basically, you come, you buy your produce, your fruit, your veggies here, and for no additional cost, we'll chop them up for you however you want and package them to send you out the door. It takes the work out of having to prep at home, really simplifies things. Also, we do custom salsas, guacamole, hatch pepper ranch dips. We have a lot of cool events always going on, so check us out.
University and LaGrande High School. These guys sitting right here are the type of young men that we want to represent Eastern Oregon University. Now, with that being said, I had an opportunity to watch these guys grow throughout, and I knew that there was going to be something special about this group of guys, and I credit them, but they played as a team. And if you guys watched the state championship run, it was always different. LaGrande's always had better kids than anybody in the state, but this year was just something different. And as you watched it, you would watch them play together as a team, and it really didn't matter who they were playing. You knew, as I sat in my office, and they usually use our locker room now, ours, I would hear them talk. And again, it was all positive things. It was things that what they're going to do together. Hey, I got you. Those are the type of guys that we want to be able to recruit at Eastern Oregon University. They're going to get a great education. We're going to push them hard in the classroom. We're going to push them hard in the community. And that's where you guys come in. The family's now part of us. And we expect you guys to come down there and support these guys. The east side of the state, I've said it forever, the east side of the state are a bunch of football players that kind of go under the radar a little bit because the west side's supposed to be better. Not in this case right here. I think these guys are top shelf, and they're going to help Eastern Oregon continue to do what we've been trying to get done, and that's get to the very, very top, and that's win a national championship, win a conference championship, and continue to build. So, again, very, very excited for these guys, and it's just the start, all right? So, again, make sure that you come and support them. It's going to be the toughest thing that they've ever done. I promise you that. But at the end of the day, the rewards are going to be great. I'm so excited for these guys, and congratulations, guys. This is the start of something special. You've been a part of it before, and we're going to recreate it again. So glad they chose to stay home. So glad they chose to stay in LaGrande and play for Eastern Oregon University.
All right, welcome back. What we hope is your favorite sports talk program, brought to you by Brent Clapp Productions. See those wonderful commercials that we have made and produced in this wonderful studio we use every day. This is all part of Brent Clapp Productions. If you want to produce anything, maybe it's a commercial for your business, maybe you want to have your own show, you want to rent some studio time, whatever the case is, come by 4th Street, 1912, right next to Marketplace Fresh Foods, and see Brent and his staff. They do a terrific job down here. With me, speaking of doing a terrific job, the one and only, he's the official mayor of Union County, Caleb Sampson, here on the Johnny Ballgame Show. Mayor, it's been a while. Good to have you back.
It's been a little bit, man. Thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here.
How's life been for you?
You know how it is we had some snow. We got some great weather today in the county. I'd hate to say I was responsible for it, but I want to say I had a little bit of hand in that.
Mayor, people want to know what the hell's going on with Charter Spectrum. They want their internet back. What on those lines, what can you say to the folks who, damn it, don't have any Wi-Fi going on 3-4 days now?
That's a real tough situation with that fiber optic cable and where it's at.
Okay.
And the problem is the crews can't get to it right now. So unfortunately, check out our great library here in town. We got Cook Memorial Library. You can rent, or not rent, but just check out movies and music and tons of awesome books.
You can check out movies and music?
Yes.
Like you can rent a CD from the library?
Maybe I should double check that. I know they have movies, but I think they still have music. They used to have like cassettes and VHS, but I think they finally got rid of all that.
The library is honestly, and it's free, it's such an unused resource. Like so many more people should be going to the library, and I'm one of them, should be going to the library more often. I mean, like you said, all that access to those books, videos. I mean, dude.
They have computers there. I bet their internet's working.
I bet the library does have.
Caleb, how do you explain the East Coast not having charter? If it's what Charter's saying it is, then how do you explain all the rest of the country?
Well, the rest of the country isn't as cool as us.
There's like hundreds of thousands of people without.
Dodzy thinks
I only care about Eastern Oregon.
I don't think it's
I don't
necessarily
know.
a conspiracy, but I think maybe Charter's not telling us everything.
Yeah, you think this is a national issue they're going to,
attack?
and they're making this up, so to speak, saying, "Hey, we can't get there, and here's why," and that's not the case.
Did Verizon do this?
I don't know, but look.
Yeah, Verizon's screwed right now too, huh?
When you have a second, look at the outage map that Spectrum provides. It's a map of the U.S. and it shows by dark spots where the outages are.
Yeah.
And the whole East Coast is out. I mean,
Something's up.
Pretty much, yeah.
I don't know. I just know about our area.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mayor, I want you to look into the camera to the right there. That's where
Okay.
Dodsey is and everything. And I want you to give a special message, 2020 Mayor, Union County here. What can folks as members and citizens and taxpayers of Union County expect to get from you and your staff this year?
Luckily, you get everything I have, and it doesn't cost you a dime.
That's not, okay.
Well said.
Basically.
Okay. Now, you like...
I'm no new taxes from me.
Read your lips.
From
no
me.
new taxes. Are you...
Ross Perot.
Yeah, that was George Bush.
Oh, was it?
HW.
I thought
Read
it was
my
Ross.
lips.
I loved
no
Ross.
new taxes. You were a Perot guy?
Oh, I love the guy.
That's Perot. Mayor, you're a beer geek. Is that fair to say?
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
How many different beers have you sampled in your life? Thousands?
Actually, on the beer drinking app that I've actually registered,
Yeah.
over 5,000 different beers, but you could jump that up a little bit more, I'm sure.
Okay, yeah. He's tried over 5,000 different beers. Like, this guy knows his beer. He's an active member of that community, as well as your official Union County mayor here on the show. You're not drinking this month. There's a beer here. It's a Freem IPA. I know you're a huge fan of Freem.
Freem is awesome.
This
Torture.
Dodsey doesn't like me doing this. I don't know if you guys know this. Dodsey doesn't drink.
Nope.
He does
Sober.
not drink beer. He doesn't drink alcohol. He doesn't drink. So he makes everybody feel horribly guilty when they do drink.
No, he
I do
doesn't.
not. Come on.
I've drank beers in front of Dodsey.
Yeah,
He's
all
never
the
guilted
time.
me.
I just think it's messed up when the dude's trying to go a month without drinking.
So he's trying to go a month without
Slang a beer in
drinking,
front
and
of
I
him.
got a beer offer for him right here.
And I've had a couple beers already this month, but definitely not like a normal month.
Was it becoming? I mean, I'm all seriousness. Was it becoming an issue? Like, why are you just gonna say, hey, I'm gonna
No.
go February and I'm not gonna drink beer?
No one said anything or anything like that. And big thing for me is I want to see if it actually affects my weight.
Yeah.
It's probably more of me trying to get a little bit fitter.
It's going to, for sure.
Yeah, no. I did it one time where I just didn't drink beer for like 2 weeks, and I think I lost 5 pounds, and I didn't do anything except for not drink beer.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
It was,
I could see.
so basically, it's
you're just kind of testing. Okay, if I do go a month with hardly any beer drinking whatsoever, are you drinking cocktails?
No.
Are you drinking whiskey? So you're no booze for a month for
no,
you.
not really. Yeah. Now, if a buddy calls me up and goes, "Hey, man, I got this crazy beer you gotta try, and it's rare," I'll probably try the beer. I wouldn't have that size, but I would definitely try it.
So you're not going to drink that here.
I am not going to drink that.
Atta boy.
And I do want to
Proud of
say
you.
that is a delicious beer.
Oh.
the people at Freem
IPA is
my
bomb.
goodness.
I would chug this in about 2 seconds.
See, and
but
I
it's not
could
IPA,
too.
and I don't chug IPAs, man.
I could too, but
Maybe we should do that for the show. Make you chug an IPA.
Yeah,
They're harsh.
Yeah, they are, man. It's a little too flavorful for
See,
me.
that
to
one
chug.
would be easy to
I'll
go.
chug water beer. I need
dude,
like light pilsner or whatever.
I could take that beer to the dome quick.
You could chug an IPA. Yeah, I mean, I could too. I would prefer not to. What is it about IPAs? What's the difference in your opinion between a great IPA and not so great IPA?
Well, right now there's a lot of different kinds of IPAs, and that's the weird thing. They're even going to be coming out with like low calorie IPAs.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, watch out for it.
What's wrong with that, Dodsies?
It's just a gimmick.
Yeah, it's like seltzer beer. Come on.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like
Anyway,
hazy
White
and
Claw,
spacey
like
and-
Now the hazy stuff. See, there's really good hazies. There's really terrible hazies. But I'm a West Coast IPA kind of guy. I like it.
Why
more
West Coast
clear
IPA?
Because they're bitter.
The
bitter beer face melt your face off. Just the
What's
hops.
your favorite kind of hop?
I like Mosaic is my favorite.
I like
hop.
Mosaic too. Mosaic's a good hop.
Really floral.
You guys.
You gonna take a hit off that?
Mayor, you're deep into the beer community. Dodsey used to
Work in it, yeah.
Dodsey
Yeah.
used to work at a tap house. Owned
Yeah.
a tap house.
Yeah.
So he knows about the beer business very well. He's worked for beer distribution companies.
Yep.
So I'm going to learn something. I feel like I'm a part of a nice beer conversation. Even though Dodsey, neither you yahoos are drinking beer right now, but you're having this freaking beer talk.
Yeah, I can talk about beer. I look at actually, I'm going to say something for Freem.
That looks like a good beer right there. I'm gonna take this to the head. So I can't. You can't put a beer in front of me
Not
like
like
this.
that.
What,
It
you're
looks
gonna
good.
you're gonna pound it?
No,
It
I'm
looks
gonna
good.
drink it though.
Oh,
I'm gonna
let's
drink
see
the
you
whole,
pound it.
the whole mother sucker.
Let's see. Just take it to the dome.
I could easily, Dodgy, but I want to enjoy it.
Yeah, and you should.
Free
You
my
should
BA.
enjoy this.
I want to enjoy this beer.
You should. Freeman is actually doing something cool. They finally came out with a members club where you can sign up and pay. I know, free commercial for Freeman, but that's what the beer's
Are you in the club?
I am not going to be joining the club.
Are you protesting against something?
No,
it's just you don't need to be a part of that club.
I don't need to be a part of that club.
Probably a member of like 5 other ones.
Actually this year I'm a member of none. I guess technically you could say I'm a member. I'm a half member in one. But
do you play cribbage?
No, it's a game I've never learned.
Yeah, it's fun.
I can play Pinnacle.
You seem like a cribbage geek.
Hey, I can play Pinnacle.
I can play
too.
Pinnacle.
Yeah, Pinnacle's fun.
Yeah, we should.
Pinnacles. We should get a.
We need to do a poker night.
We need to do like a ball game, like charity, some type of like either like a golf tournament, a mini golf tournament, a video game tournament, a Pinnacle tournament, cribbage, whatever the case is, Stratego, Fireball Island, whatever the hell we're gonna play. And we need to, take some of the proceeds and donate them to a local charity. We should totally do that.
We could tie that into the cook-off.
Yeah, the Dodsey Boy Cook-Off.
We could do the cook-off and a golf tournament all together.
Oh, Dodsey. Hey, let me ask you guys this. Like, say there was a restaurant, you loved this place, and you found out that the kitchen was an absolute messy, dirty disaster.
I'm gone.
But you've been eating at this place. I'm not. I do not know of this place. I'm just hypothetically.
I know.
Asking you guys some stuff.
I do.
Don't mention any places.
No.
But because this is a situation that I'm going through up in the Seattle area.
I've actually eaten there recently and didn't have a problem with it.
So you know of a place that's got a gross kitchen. For me, Dodsey, Caleb obviously doesn't care. He'll still eat there. The food, they bring it with the food. The food's outstanding, but they're a little unorganized. They're a little messy in the kitchen. You're gone.
Not doing it. Yeah, I'm out. 100%.
The food's good. You've never had a bad meal there. You just found out, say someone you know who, say, works in the service industry. You know someone who replaces kitchen
Dishwasher
appliances.
parts. Yeah.
And he went in there and he's like, dude, oh my gosh, I went to this particular restaurant. I've been going there and this and that. Dude, it was the grossest kitchen I've ever been in. And you're like, what?
Done right there because I can't get it out of my mind.
I'm kind of with Dodsey on this.
I'm on the, is the food good? Is there a roach in it? No, I'm good.
Yeah, even though you know, hey, they're a little dysfunctional. But, dude, the food always tastes great.
Yeah, what if they had, like, raw chicken sitting in the sink just in lukewarm water, just defrosting?
Now, you guys have Caleb
doesn't bother me, man.
Mayor, what's your experience? Mayor, what's your experience in the food industry?
Other than working at just the ball games, flipping burgers and selling seeds and candy,
the Little League snack bars.
That's I have actually never worked in the food service, and I've always thought I probably will just because I never have.
No, you got hitched right after high school and you married the heiress to a big stinking RV company and you haven't worked another day in your life.
I was actually a welder when I got married and welded for a while.
I think he has a little side business where he slangs stuff on Facebook, though.
I'm trying to. I'm trying to a little bit.
We'll pump it up a little
classified ads on Facebook.
Yeah.
That's a good way to go around your house, sell your trash. Maybe someone else will buy it. I need to do some of that too.
My Star Wars toys.
But I'm more with Dodsey on this. Like if I find out no, I love that restaurant.
I'm out.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. I've been like Dodsey said, it's a dishwasher repairman, a buddy of yours. He's like, dude, I've been to every restaurant in the greater Metroplex area, and that's the worst, most disgusting kitchen I've ever been in.
So say
I'm not eating there anymore. Even though, again, I've never had a bad meal. I've never once said, hey, this place is kind of gross. Never. It's tough for me to go back. It's in my head too.
What is it? The crab pot you like up there?
I
don't know. I've never been. I don't eat seafood.
I love the crab pot.
Say you find out it is the worst. They failed multiple health inspections.
Then I'm out.
Out.
No,
I'm not saying
they got their rating back up.
Not failed an expansion, like to the point where you can get dirty enough but still not fail in it.
But you would not go back. You would never go back to the crab pot.
It'd be hard, man, because every time I walk in, I'm like, dude, I can't get the mind out that kitchen is a disgusting disaster.
Right. And Caleb, I used to work for a certain beer distributor here in town, and I spent a lot of time in kitchens in
I was gonna
town
say
that's
you've probably
close to
seen
us,
more. You've
right?
probably seen more dirty kitchens than
And
anyone
there's a
else.
handful of kitchens
Yes.
in that town that I would never eat at. I promise you.
Dodzy, Dodzy's owned places like.
Yeah, we just-
What's your history like in the food business? Was that Tap House the only place you?
No, so when I was down in California, going to school, I worked in a restaurant called Tavern on the Green, which is also the name of the big restaurant in Portland, but this was down in California. And I started out in the kitchen. Actually, I started out as the janitor. I cleaned the bathrooms. I'm not lying. And vacuumed the bar, all that.
How old were you at this time?
I was 18.
Yeah, dude, you take that kind of work at 18. I commend you for doing that.
Then I got quickly moved to dishwasher. The dishwasher didn't show up one day. I showed up, busted my ass, got the dishwasher job. And then all the
Moving on
guys
up,
in the kitchen
Dodzy.
started teaching me how to cook stuff. And next thing I knew, I was a line cook. And then I got some banquets. That's where you make the money, like a banquet job, because on a banquet job, everybody splits the tip, and the tip is mandatory, and it's a percentage.
Okay.
And that's where you make money. And that then on to other things, Tap House. It's been a journey. I haven't done it my whole life. It's more of a passion than a job.
Yeah, I've honestly, for me, I've worked at Domino's Pizza. I delivered pizzas when I was like 18, 19. I worked at a country club. Bill Gates was a member of that country club. I worked in the restaurant area of the country club, just kind of as a server, busboy. But as far as that, I'm trying to think, Dodzy, I don't think I've worked in the food industry anywhere else. I really haven't. I haven't been kind of like you, Mayor. Like I haven't been in the industry. People have told me my whole life, oh, you should have been a server. You, with your personality, you would have got all these tips. I'm like, yeah, I just never went into that line of work.
Did you ever clean bathrooms? Were you ever a janitor?
No.
I was a janitor at Mount Hood Meadows.
I've worked
Worst job I ever had.
Well, do it at a ski resort. I mean,
You've been a janitor too?
At Mount Hood Meadows, like the common folk area, let's call it that, it was bad sometimes. But the people that paid extra and had their own private locker room, the rich folks,
terrible,
worse. We hated cleaning that place because it was always
like they
the
were
worst.
like so the affluent people were the biggest.
Oh
slobs.
man, we hated doing it.
Probably
we just
makes
hated
sense.
doing it.
My worst one was, so the restaurant that I worked at was in a gated community called Silver Lakes, and it was a hotel restaurant, and it was mainly retired people, older people, right? You would think that it would be the men's restroom that would be the problem. No, it was the female restroom.
The Golden Girls?
Dude, it was bad.
The Golden Girls restroom was gross?
It was bad.
Oh, man.
Golden Girls.
It was bad.
No, I think everyone should be a janitor at least once in their life. You know what? I've picked up stuff in a bathroom in a restaurant because I'd be like, hey, I'm going to wash my hands. Just pick up something.
I've worked
just to help keep it cleaner.
I've worked retail, like Big Five Sporting Goods, Bed Bath & Beyond, where part of the closing crew, you have to mop the floor in the bathroom and clean the toilet. So I've done that before. I mean, it wasn't like...
It's never fun.
No, dude. But, yeah, it's just something that I think we've all had to do at times or whatever. But I haven't been strictly a janitor. I don't really know where we're going with this. But I don't know why. Yeah.
We have a job available here, Caleb, for you.
Oh, yeah?
The dirty kitchen. But yeah. So you'd still go.
Yeah, no.
You'd
I mean,
still go.
Food is prepared. Dude, I would eat food off a food truck that looks nasty because someone goes, dude, it's the best street tacos ever.
Okay. Yeah. Mayor, biggest sports upset of your life? Not that made you upset. An upset.
The biggest upset I can think
like the
of?
Miracle on Ice, but you weren't old enough to remember that.
I was alive.
You guys don't play the freaking game rules on this show.
All right.
Hey, Caleb, he has these games that he just makes up, and he expects us to know the rules.
You gotta have the rules. Though.
Yeah, there's
you gotta have rules.
Dodzy, what's the biggest upset in sports that you've ever witnessed? He says Yankees sweeping the Padres in the '98 World Series. That wasn't an upset. He's like, no, but I thought you meant it made me.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking, what made me upset?
And people are doing the same thing on the Facebook page, the comments. Like,
all right, biggest upset. Jeez, it's hard for me to think about it.
Okay. See, he's such a politician. I can't even stand. Can't even stand it, man. And you won't drink this beer.
Coke or Pepsi?
Coke or Pepsi? I'm a both kind of guy.
See, he's such a
but no.
man.
I will give it to you.
Politician.
If I could, and this is going to blow people's mind, I'd take New Coke back. I love New Coke.
Listen to this,
It's awesome.
New Coke.
I don't even
New
know what
Coke
that is.
sucked. It came out in like 1987,
it.
1988.
I don't
You
know.
you don't remember New Coke?
I didn't drink Coke.
Coke Classic or the Coca-Cola went away. Like, it
Yeah, they had
actually
to
went
bring
away.
it-
They had to bring
New
it back.
Coke was awful, dude.
I loved
totally
it.
remember New
I
Coke.
loved it. But I like RC Cola.
Did you like Crystal Pepsi?
No, I'm an RC Cola guy.
Crystal
Royal
Pepsi,
Crown, baby.
the see-through one.
Yeah. Remember Crystal Pepsi, Dodgy?
I've tried it, yeah.
Like mid to late 90s Crystal Pepsi.
They brought
And
it
this
back
guy,
recently.
Coke or Pepsi?
It depends on where I'm at, tell you the truth.
See, he's not saying it because he likes the Pepsi guy in town and he likes the Coke guy.
That is for sure. I do like both guys.
Seriously.
Both those places
he
are good.
won't say he needs their vote, so he says, ooh, RC Cola.
Budweiser or Coors Light?
Budweiser.
Okay.
Ah.
And I got a good story behind that, though. I'm a young kid. I probably shouldn't say my age, 5. And me and my dad are well, I'll tell you, I remember my first beer actually fairly vividly. Me and my dad were bucking, he was bucking bells, and I sat on the tractor, just steered it straight, basically. And when a corner came up for the turn, I'd say, Dad, and he'd jump up and turn the tractor, and I'd just hold it straight. Well, we're out in the field bucking bales, and a guy comes up to BS with
you
my
ever
dad.
buck bales, Dodzy?
Of course he did. Look at him.
Crap.
Of course.
He lived in Eastern
I've
Oregon.
never bucked a bale.
You've never bucked a bale?
Hey, it's really hard for me because I have hay fever. So out at the farm, out at my aunt and uncle's farm, I would wet bandana and cover my nose and my mouth.
Dodzy, nobody gives a crap about that.
Yeah, of course they do.
Anyway, so guy comes up, BS. We go to my dad's truck that has the camper on it. I remember for some reason the camper, he gets in there, pulls out 2 tall boy Budweisers, hands one to his buddy, he cracks one, starts drinking. My dad wasn't a big drinker. So I'm sitting there, it's hot. I pull on his pant leg. I go, I'm thirsty. So he hands me this beer. And so I take a little hit. I'm like, well, that's pretty good, man.
And you liked it.
Oh, I love it. To me, it just tasted great.
See, I drank beer when I was a kid too. I never liked it, Dodzy.
It was hot
My
outside,
mom or whatever,
and it was cold beer. Hot outside, cold beer, and I proceeded to drink all of it.
So at 5, you had a full beer, and you were like, "Oh, dude, I like this."
I like the taste of beer.
I never got to try beer as a kid because from the time I was born until I was 8, my mom was an addict, so it was already gone. And then from 8 on, my mom was in recovery, so there was never any beer.
Yeah.
So
No, that's awesome. But my dad, like I said, didn't have beer in the house. He just happened to have 2 beers in the cooler when his buddy showed up. And I remember like the next time I tried a beer was a Foster's in Portland had a restaurant. It was an oil can.
The Foster's commercials, Foster's, Australian for beer. Dodzy, there's a couple of really good ones, right?
There's great ones.
What's the remote control one?
Yeah, the guy sitting at the end of the bar, he throws a boomerang, and it hits the guy in the head, and he changes the channel, and he says, remote control. Yeah. Or the wheelbarrow. Dude's passed out in the wheelbarrow, and the other guy's pushing it, and it says designated driver.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Aromatherapy.
Bring those back, man. Foster's,
All right.
Australian for beer.
I'm a beer nerd, and even people in Australia tell you they don't drink that beer.
No, it's a commercial. It's an American beer.
Great commercials.
Hey, Gib drinks it. I asked him.
Gib
He's an
Pollard
Australian.
drinks
I
it,
asked
and
him.
he is
He said
Australian.
it's like his lawnmower beer, basically, like his grilling beer.
God, is Gibby a true Australian though, or is he kind of a poser?
Is he from Australia or
He's
New
from
Zealand?
No, he's from Australia.
That
All right.
accent looks like.
You think he's faking it?
I think maybe he listened to Rosetta Stone or something and figured out how to have an Australian accent. Alvarez, tell Gib this, by the way.
I think
No,
you need to get Gib in here. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he was here last week.
Nice.
Hanging out. Yeah, we're not on the show, but we're getting him on the show actually pretty soon. Actually,
Yeah, we'll have Gib on. Sure.
Dodzy, let's take a quick one. We will be back. Shout out to Brock and the team at Island City Speed Lube. They're going through the problems with the great internet outage of 2020, but they're still going strong. So you need an oil change. Go see Brock at Island City Speed Lube out by the C&M Country Store. I was just there today. They're all ready, willing, and able to help you. Can you change your own oil? 100%.
I can,
but you don't.
No.
Right.
I've had Brock and the crew do it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I got some popcorn.
Yep. Kayla and free coffee.
Yeah, I think I brought my own, but if I would have
so
known,
you're a coffee guy.
I drink a little bit, usually 1 cup a day, but when
Coffee
it gets
or
warmer,
energy drinks?
coffee.
Caleb,
I don't drink the energy drink.
Did you know, Caleb, that I was down in the pit at Island City Speed Lube last week?
Nice.
I had to turn sideways to get down the stairs.
Is that the first time you've been in a oil changing pit?
Yeah.
Big fella.
Did they bring a car over you? Did they run one over?
Johnny's car was over.
Oh, wait a second. Did you have him change your oil filter?
No, I was down there
We're shooting a commercial for him.
Oh, all right. I thought maybe you were.
You guys ever
changing
work at a Quickie Lube place?
No.
It was scary
Yeah,
down there,
I did.
man. It
I
was
worked
scary
at,
underneath there.
I worked at the other one, not Island City Speed Lube, but the other one down on Adams Avenue.
The other one.
Great guys. I worked there for a little bit for the beef, Jerry.
Did you actually change the oil?
No, I worked in the car wash.
They
area.
would not let him change. He's not qualified.
But I would go down there in the pit to grab supplies and stuff.
Just have a smoke.
Yeah.
You just sneak a smoke
every
in the pit.
third car.
Dude, working at a car wash
it.
was fun, though. I worked at a car wash in my early 20s here in the Grand. Hot summer.
Yeah.
Hanging out. Everybody's cruising by all the time. I like that gig. Yeah.
It sounds like a good gig.
Couple bucks in tips here and there.
There you go.
Do you guys tip the guy at the car wash?
I don't. My wife does.
I see. I do sometimes, but most of the time I don't.
I wash my own car most of the time.
Do you tip the mailman?
No, but a gift at Christmas isn't a bad idea.
See, I know people who tip their mailman. Yeah, Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah, the mailmen like cookie trays.
We should say mail people because my mailman is not a
mail
man.
person. Okay.
You know.
Mail people. Yeah, I do. I know a woman that delivers mail here in town. Actually,
There's quite a few.
You do?
Yeah, went to high school with her.
Nice.
She's a sweetheart.
Yeah, that's a clean, safe, protected job.
Hopefully.
USPS.
Yeah. They're always hiring at the post office.
I applied there.
What's that, what's
You
that movie?
applied at the post
I
office?
applied when I first came back here.
In last year?
No. When I first came back here, when I was like 20.
I don't know if I could see Dodsey at the post office.
They didn't hire me. I made it all the way to
talk about a disgruntled postman.
Hey,
oh my God, dude, you would have killed somebody.
I made it all the way into they had already done the interview, everything, and then I had an open container and the driving record because it's a moving violation.
Dodsey.
Hey, I was the passenger, and it wasn't even my beer. And they gave me an open container right here in this town. Yep.
Did you take it to the head?
They gave
One
two
officer.
open containers.
Who was the arresting officer?
I don't want to say his name on here.
My boy Duncan?
It wasn't an arrest.
Was it my boy Duncan?
It's not an arrest. It's a moving violation.
Yeah, it's not misdemeanor, right?
Well, I mean, who was the officer on duty?
It was Welberg.
Wilberg?
Yeah.
Don't
he
know
gave
him.
us both an open container for 140 that was in the back that was open that had like half of it drank.
Well, it's because it was a 40.
Yeah, probably.
That's at least 3 beers.
Have you ever had more than have you ever drank 2 40s on one occasion?
Yes.
Duh. Yeah.
I've done that. I did that
All
once.
right. One more quick story.
Once in my teens, and I don't know. The world had never spun so fast.
We had
2 40s, and I was out, man.
We had people that lived behind us. They were from Boston, so they had cool accents. They were just cool dudes, and they taught me how to drink PBR 40s. And we used to kill PBR 40s because you used to be able to get them for like 87 cents at Cub Foods off of 82nd in Portland. It was awesome. You go buy a case of ramen.
87-cent 40.
You'd go buy like a case of ramen and like 5 40s. Well,
Wow.
I had to have someone else buy them.
I beer bonged a old E40 one time.
I've never beer bonged.
You haven't? Oh,
never
I'm great.
done it.
Yep.
I have a beer bong on the highway in between here and Enterprise somewhere.
Do you really?
Somebody got scared and chucked it out. Senior party, they threw it out the window. It was nice too. Had a valve and everything.
Yeah, you gotta get the valve.
The valves were great.
And they threw it out, and I never got it back.
God, I've set beer bonging records at the University of Idaho.
I bet.
Honestly, I was good at it. I could bong a beer.
I don't think I could do it. I don't know if I could do it.
Oh, you could easily do one easily. I'm talking like all bong 5 beers.
I'm not 100%
They pour 5
sure
beers
I've-
in that funnel. I'll take all 5 of them to the head.
My
My mom's watching this. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, Mom. I'm an idiot. I'm such.
I have a skill when it comes to chugging out of a glass that you guys would be pretty impressed by.
Das Boot? Or
You
we gotta
see me
get
chug Dodsey out of a glass
No,
too?
I haven't.
we need to get the Das Boot challenge going, I guess.
You know, check this out. This is a little. This isn't a full beer, but
Here we go.
You gonna do it right now?
yeah. Tell me what you think of this.
Do it.
Let's see it.
Not
Dang,
bad. Not bad.
that's pretty good. It's better than
bad.
I'd do.
Not
That was
bad.
awesome. Nice job, Johnny.
Not bad.
Thanks, guys.
Be responsible.
Your mom's probably sitting there with a big smile on her face, just so proud of you.
Going, wish there was a gooey duck in that beer.
We'll talk about that when we come back. Apparently, I'm the only person in the world who doesn't know what a gooey duck is.
I think if he sees a picture of it, he'll be like, oh, that's what it is.
Dodzy will provide the pictures. Thank you, Island City Speed Lube. I love you guys. We'll be back on the Ballgame Show.
Johnny Ballgame Show here at the Oregon Trail Trader, longtime sponsors and supporters of the Johnny Ballgame Show. Hunters, fishers, campers, really the true Eastern Oregonian. This is a one-stop shop with owner, operator, community pillar, say what you will, the great Carl Baum hanging out with us here. And it truly is one-stop shopping here at the Oregon Trail Trader, Bommy Boy.
Hey, we try to make it easy on people. Life enough is hard. You might as well be able to get your guns as easy as possible.
What's your story? I mean, you've been firing guns a long time, hunting, fishing. You're a true Eastern Oregonian. Like, how'd this come about?
Well, I've always been just your traditional Eastern Oregon redneck. I like to blow crap up, shoot stuff, all that fun stuff. Joined the military, shot tanks, had fun in Iraq, if you can have fun in Iraq. And was an accountant, got tired of, adding 1 + 1 = 2. It started adding up to 3, and I thought, man, I got to punch out. So I came down here, bought the store, and that's the story. Just been selling guns and employing an employee. That's about it.
Good story there with Carl Baum here, Oregon Trail Trader. You claim to have the largest selection of firearms in Eastern Oregon. You feel pretty confident about that, don't you, Bommy Boy?
I got 500 plus, and they just keep pouring in. I don't know what to do with them all. I just stack them up, sell them, whatever. If you want a gun, I've got new, I've got used.
Other items in the store I know we wanted to get to, but what's going on?
Well, Dodzy was looking for something, and he was trying to help me with something. Where?
I don't know where he went. Dodzy! All right, Oregon Trail Trader. Where is Dodzy? Let's go find this guy. What you got?
Over here somewhere. Look at all this AR stuff I brought in. Tons of parts.
All AR stuff.
All AR stuff, man. He's not in the cleaning aisle. He's in the fishing area. He's not in the fishing area. Look at all these bench-made knives, too. You think you'd be back here by all these bench-made knives. I got like 200 of these things.
Yeah. It's a lot of knives, Bommy.
You're going to cut yourself.
Some nice hats, too.
Look at all these hats. Yeah, I mean, what is this doing out? What is this doing out? And a knife? Where's freaking Dodzy, man? He drive through my stuff.
Yeah. There he is.
Dodzy, seriously?
Dodzy!
Hey, man, all this cool stuff just overwhelms me, man. This Oregon Trail Trader, man, this place is cool.
Seriously, is he on payroll?
The Oregon Trail Trader. They buy, they sell, they trade.
Johnny Ballgame Show, big thanks to Mayor Caleb Sampson for hanging out with us on the show. Good conversation with him, and apparently he's a big fan of the geoduck. No, the geoduck. How am I saying
Gooey
that?
duck.
The gooey duck. He's a big fan of the gooey duck. And can you cook those? Like, what's the best way to prepare a gooey duck? Fry it? Yeah.
I haven't actually cooked one myself, but
dip
I've
it in
watched
butter?
it. Yeah. Well,
what would you use for like a seasoning or a sauce?
Butter and garlic.
No, something about clams and mussels dipped in butter, Dodzy. I mean, I could do it every day for the rest of my life.
Like a creamy buttery garlic sauce.
Like what I get at the Crab Pot in the Seattle area.
Oh
man, they have those marketplace meal plans. Where they set the whole meal up. You just go pick it up, go home and cook it, but all the other prep is taken care of for you. They do that at Marketplace Fresh Foods. Last night, Dodzy had a sample of this shrimp scampi they're working on. And,
I think it's ready. I think you can order it now.
And it's $25, feeds 4, and they are not stingy on the shrimp, dude.
No, they're nice, good-sized shrimp, too.
Good-sized shrimp. I would 100% recommend that if you're looking for something quick and easy to do. Hey, Valentine's Day coming up, you want to impress someone, you're still cooking the meal. They're just kind of chopping it up for you, dude. Like, you're still fixing it. So, definitely look in that direction. I saw today that Forbes, I don't know if it's Forbes magazine anymore, but Forbes, they do a better job than anybody at kind of putting a price on the muscle. Like if Forbes says, "Oh yeah, that's worth that price," you're kind of like, "Yeah, okay." It's kind of like Beckett Baseball Monthly for your cards growing up. Remember, Dodsy?
Yeah,
you always
of course.
get the new episode of. You always get the new edition of Beckett. Oh, I want to see my card. Oh, heck yeah, that Mike Schmidt third year is worth $3.60 with an arrow going up.
Yeah,
remember?
rising.
So that means it's going to go up next week or next month. I get to see what it is there.
They don't have a monthly publication anymore. They do it online, and then
Beckett's all online now, right? Because you're still in the card community.
They do a yearly Beckett, and then they do it all online. And the market for cards now is all eBay. Whatever it sells for on eBay, that's what it's worth.
So eBay
is the market
set the
for
market
cards.
value
Absolutely.
for baseball cards.
Yep, no doubt.
If there's one baseball card that you would want to have in your collection right now that is made within the last 5 years, so 2015 and on, you could pick any card, what would it be and why?
I'll take 2011 Topps Chrome Superfractor Mike Trout rookie autograph. It's worth probably $100,000.
How is that possible?
So it's a 1-of-1 for one thing.
So they only
Superfractor
made one of
means
them?
there's only one. Yeah, and the Superfractor is like this gold color, and then it has an autograph on it, and it's a Mike Trout rookie, 2011.
So it's a Trout rookie in the special subset and division.
Yeah, it's a parallel. Yeah.
And there's one of them that's been made.
Yep.
So one dude has it.
Yep.
And he could get $100,000 for it.
Easy.
If I had a baseball card valued at $100,000, unless I was advised saying, "Look, Ballgame, in 10 years, that $100,000 card is going to be worth $400,000. Book it."
Well, that's what they said about the Trout in 2011.
Right. But other than that, if I had a card that was worth $100,000, I'm selling it.
Well, yeah, so would I.
It's a no-brainer.
You're gonna sit there and look at it for crying out
Hell
loud.
no! I'll take a picture on. I had this. I sold it. Okay, Dotsy. What if for me there's no card? Honus Wagner, the old school Honus Wagner,
the T206.
Is that the one that like Wayne Gretzky had it at one point?
Well, there's about 7 of them floating around. Wayne Gretzky had one of the nicest ones.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm selling that too.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not going to keep a baseball card that has that type of monetary value and be like, I have it in my house.
I mean, unless I had Wayne Gretzky's money, then I would have it sitting in my house.
You would?
Yeah. Why not?
See, even if I had Gretzky's
pocket
money,
change, dude. It's pocket change to them.
Yeah.
Todd McFarlane, is that his name? The guy.
McFarlane Sports?
Yeah, he has so much stuff. Like,
he's a big baseball card fan. Like he buys baseball cards
and memorabilia. He has balls. Like he has like a lot of the home run chase balls.
McGuire,
number ones. Yep.
Sosa, Maris, like important home run balls.
Yep. His house is probably like a museum.
I wonder who has Hank Aaron's. Was it 715? Because it went into the bullpen. You know, was that what Atlanta's Fulton County Stadium?
Yeah, I have
everybody
no
remembers
idea
that.
who
It
has
went
it.
into the Dodger bullpen. I think the guy who got it was some relief pitcher, bullpen catcher. I think he gave it back to Hank Aaron. I wonder if Hank Aaron has it, or it's in the Hall of Fame, or he's sold it. I don't know.
There's a kid that makes YouTube videos that's caught over, I think, 10,000 balls.
Saw
in
that
games,
story,
and including Mike Trout's very first home run.
Saw that story. He brings like a fishnet.
He uses his glove. He puts his glove on a rope, and he uses a rubber band on the end of his glove. But he also catches tons of them. I mean, he
knows exactly where to go to.
Yep.
A lot of it's on BP too.
Yeah,
he would get there for BP, and he would go
Players
to the certain
throwing up balls.
locations.
He got like 36 balls in one
saw
game.
that story like that. He 30. I mean,
it's insane.
There's geeky hobbies, and then there's that guy.
Yeah. Right.
And he goes to all these big league ballparks and collects ball. Have you ever? Okay, you ever catch a fly ball in a baseball game?
I got a batting practice ball.
Who hit it?
Gerald Clark.
Where was this?
This was in San Diego, first baseline. It was batting practice, and it was just a batting practice ball
at old Jack Murphy Stadium.
At the old Murph, yeah. Gerald Clark was also the Padre.
Gerald Clark,
yeah.
first baseman.
He played outfield.
Okay.
He was the Padre that came
I remember
to
Gerald
the
Clark.
schools for Dare. He played. I think he played. I'm pretty sure he was an outfielder. He might have
I'm
played
looking him
first
up.
base too.
Did he maybe sneak into an All-Star game once or twice?
No, you're thinking of somebody else, dude. I'm pretty sure.
No, he wasn't related to Ken Griffey Jr., was he?
I don't think so.
Okay, I was
wouldn't even
thinking
have
there was
known
a guy,
it back then.
Griffey had like a cousin or an uncle. I thought his first name was Gerald that played. Anyway, Gerald Clark. Okay.
Yeah, he's an outfielder. Gerald. He was the guy that came to the schools for Dare back in the days. And so he had been to my school, and then to catch his batting practice ball was kind of cool.
You know, I'm looking up Gerald Clark.
Yeah.
And that's not him. This guy never played in the bigs. Some career minor leaguer.
You're looking at the wrong guy then.
I mean, how do you spell? I mean, Gerald. I know how to spell Gerald.
Jerald Clark. Professional outfielder.
You're right. I was spelling it with a G.
Yep.
August 10th, we share a birthday.
So
Gerald
he's
Clark and
way
myself.
older than you, though.
Way older.
'Cause he was in the bigs when I was a little kid.
Wow, a career, not bad. A career 257 average. You know, best year he had. Yeah, anyway, yeah, Gerald Clark.
He wasn't great.
For me, Dodzy, I'm at the Kingdom. It's like 89, 90. Like right when the Griffey era got going, the Mariners still stunk. And I go to a game with like my mom and my cousins and stuff, and there wasn't hardly anybody there in the Kingdom. And Omar Vizquel popped one to the third baseline, and it was just bouncing like its own section. And I ran over there as fast as I could and got the ball. I didn't catch it, but I tracked it down, and that was the only time, like in a game, that I caught that I got.
Do you still have it?
The dog ended up kind of taking to it. You know me with baseballs. I carry like autographed Nolan Ryan baseballs in my backpack. It's ridiculous. Like they don't mean that much to me. But yeah, that was my one story. I have the Omar Vizquel, and I still. It's funny because you always remember who hit it. You remember Gerald Clark. I remembered Omar Vizquel.
Yeah,
I caught an. I didn't catch it. I got an Omar Vizquel baseball.
I had to think about it for a second because it's been a long time. But yeah, it was Gerald Clark.
You know, I was at a game with my nephew Chris. You know Chris Mallory. You're a good buddy. He caught a Jay Buhner batting practice home run.
Oh,
ball.
that's sick.
Yeah,
that's cool.
He got a Buhner ball.
Bones.
Yeah, Jay Buhner at BP in the Kingdom.
It's awesome.
Right there. We used to always go to the games. I remember seeing Bo with the Kansas City Royals. Oh man, that was fun in the Kingdom.
I watched Andy Van Slyke hit for the Cycle in Jack Murphy Stadium.
No way, Van Slyke hit for the Cycle.
Yeah, for the Pirates.
Those Pirate teams. Van Slyke was a good player.
Yep.
He was a really good player. The reason we have the Nick background and we're talking about this is, you know, selling certain items and whatnot. And James Dolan, the owner of the Knicks, has an item to sell. It's the New York Knicks. Forbes has valued the Knicks at $4.6 billion.
That's a lot.
It's the highest valued NBA team. If you want to think about this, in the last decade, NBA teams' value has grown 600%. Think about that, Dodsy. If you bought an NBA team 10 years ago, you've had
rich.
a 600% ROI. 600%. And the Knicks haven't been good in 2 decades. I'm sorry, but the Knicks right now are up there with like my Seattle Mariners as the biggest jokes of pro sports in North America. The Knicks for the NBA are kind of what the Mariners are for baseball. Only they're in the biggest market. They play in the world's most famous arena, and they have a $4.6 billion value. James Dolan gets shade thrown in his direction more so than what any other owner in North American pro sports, Todsy? Like when you talk about incompetent, inept ownership, everybody talks about the Knicks.
Spike Lee
hates him. The guy kicked out Charles Oakley.
Yeah.
I mean, James Dolan. His dad gave him the team too. Like he was a Viacom cable, or he was in a cable guy or whatever business. And basically his dad gave him the team.
Yeah.
And he's ran it into the ground.
It's
still valuable. I guess he hasn't ran it into the ground.
Right. It's still
it's
monetarily.
still making a ton of money. But the team has been the worst in the NBA over the last 2 decades. No team's had as much horrible years, futility as the Knickerbockers. And I'm looking at him like, okay, it's worth $4.6 billion, dude. Just sell the damn team.
Yeah, get out.
What are you doing?
Get out.
You might be able, if it's worth 4.6, Dodsy, and you open it up, maybe you can get $5 billion for it.
Mayor says they're the Cowboys of the NBA.
They're not the Cowboys of the NBA. Mayor, stop. The Cowboys go to playoff games. The Cowboys are very valuable. I get it. They don't win championships, but they're better in the NFL. They win divisions all the time. Mayor, the Knicks suck. They're awful.
Dude, it's pretty bad when your number one fan, when Kobe dies, right, the next day, your number one fan says that he's going to go to watch the Nets beat the Knicks and then watch Kobe videos. That's the Knicks' number one fan, Spike Lee.
And you're talking about 20 years of bad basketball, horrible management. I mean, the Isaiah Thomas years, sexual harassment charges. Like, the Knicks are just a disaster. Anyway, and I just look at them like, they're worth that much money? Dude, how big of an ego do you have? Where, no, I'm not selling. I like being the villain. I like being the evil. And I mean, people in that fan base can't stand your ownership. And they still support the team because, again, American sports fans are the biggest idiots on this planet. You can give them the worst business. You can give them the worst product, and they still consume it every year and buy your gear and go to your games. I mean, look at me as a Mariner fan. I'm the worst. I buy in hook, line, and sinker, and I'm an idiot for doing that. Just sell. It's like, dude, you can go away. You can live and do whatever the hell you want. Selling the Knicks in Madison Square Garden for $5 billion, you're good. You're probably, how old is James Dolan? Is he in his 60s?
Probably.
Is he in his 50s? Like, you're not going to live forever.
Right. Your kids' kids are good.
I mean, you are so good. Yeah, Dodsy.
Like, I don't understand.
I mean, you're probably in your 50s or 60s. I mean, here's obviously an opportunity to cash out. You're good. Anyway, the Knicks are the most valuable NBA team, and it's crazy because it goes to show the power of Gotham City because they're the worst run team in the league. They're the biggest joke in the league right now, and they're worth more than everybody else. So, I mean, I guess who's the real joker? Maybe it's not them. Maybe it's us, Dodsy. Pitchers and catchers, in most cases, report tomorrow. Baseball season. Are you guys ready? Because pitchers and catchers are reporting for work tomorrow. MLB Network's going to be loving this. Like, it's baseball season starting tomorrow. We're going to go to our former IMC Player of the Year, Dodsy. Hopefully a future LHS Hall of Famer. We got to get you into that. Dodsy's going to break down a Dodsy dinger today. Breaking balls. How to throw them, when to throw them, why to throw them. When we come back, he's going to do a little demonstration on throwing a breaking ball.
Sure.
That's going to be on the other side of the break. That's going to be brought to you by Rockin' Sons Tire and Auto, and it's going to be next.
We're here at Marketplace Fresh Foods, home of 4th Street Bistro. They truly got everything here for great prices, especially for students. We got all sorts of sandwiches here. It's a Reuben panini, chicken pesto panini, all sorts of different sandwiches. We got a fresh baked pie here. The cookies are to die for. If you haven't had one, you got to get in immediately and get one of them. What else we got here? Some cinnamon rolls, all sorts of things. We'll head over this way and see what else we got going on. Fresh soup made daily. Great variety there. Little fruit section, put together a little parfait. You know, whatever you want, they got it here. They really do. We got a variety of beers on tap right here. Shoot, as a matter of fact, we got Ballgame chilling right here. What's up, Max? What's going on, Ballgame?
Hi, I'm Derek Erickson. I'm the produce manager at Marketplace Fresh Foods, and welcome to my Chop Shop. So these are the services we offer here at Marketplace Fresh Foods and our Chop Shop. Basically, you come, you buy your produce, your fruit, your veggies here, and for no additional cost, we'll chop them up for you however you want and package them to send you out the door. It takes the work out of having to prep at home, really simplifies things. Also, we do custom salsas, guacamole, hash pepper ranch dips. We have a lot of cool events always going on, so check us out.
The old number 1. Ozzie Smith, the Wizard. Maybe the finest fielding shortstop of our lifetime. Longtime St. Louis Cardinal, one-time San Diego Padre. The Padres flipped the Wizard to St. Louis for, Ernie McCracken? Who the hell was it?
It was Gary Templeton.
Gary Templeton, yeah.
Our longtime shortstop.
Same difference.
Yeah. I mean, he was our shortstop for 15 years.
Templeton was, yeah.
But he wasn't Ozzie Smith, that's for sure.
Was he the shortstop on the 84 World Series team?
I'm sure.
Templeton?
He had to have been. No doubt.
Anyway, welcome back to the Johnny Ballgame Show. We're brought to you this segment by Rock & Sons Tire and Auto. Goodyear, the greatest tire brand on this planet. Well, luckily for you, Rock & Sons sells those, and they'll work a great deal with you. If you have any automotive issue, well, good for you. Rock & Sons works on cars as well as anybody in this valley and beyond. Rock & Sons Tire and Auto, local business, going strong for like 50 years now. You can go to Rock & Sons and not feel, am I going to get screwed over here? No. You get your fair price at Rock & Sons Tire and Auto.
For sure.
Okay. All right, Dodsey, our resident baseball pitching expert. You got your ball there.
Got the ball. We're going to talk breaking balls today.
We're talking Dodsey Dinger breaking balls. Yeah. My first question, I guess, is what's the point of a breaking ball?
It's off speed for one thing. It changes. Most guys who throw a breaking ball, it changes not only height, but it breaks side to side as well. Some guys will throw a sinker straight over the top. Not me.
Oh, what's that mean?
I don't think, like, if you're throwing a sinker straight over the top, it's just going 12-6. So if you were to look at a clock, right, 12-6 is just straight up and down.
It starts here and finishes here.
I throw more like a 2 to 8, right? 2 being over here to 8. So it starts more like at a right-hander's head and then drops down and in to the strike zone.
Okay, and then what pitch is that?
That's just a straight-up curve.
Just a run-of-the-mill curve, just Uncle Charlie.
Absolutely, and Mike Mallory likes to tell a story. Like, when I pitched for Mike, I already had a great curveball. I started throwing it when I was 9.
Okay.
Which probably today is not a good idea. But I used to, I'd have people, and this is common with a curveball at that age, bailing out of the box, basically. You throw a big hook, and you'll see guys duck or
you see that
jump
at
out.
all levels of baseball, right? I mean, the ball
Yeah.
looks like it's coming for your head.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically with a curveball, you're going to start, it's basically two-seam fastball. You just move up on the seam like this, and then put your middle finger on the actual seam. That's what gives you the pull on the ball.
Show that grip again.
See the grip there? Let me see if I can get a better angle on it. It's hard. So if you look where my finger is on the seam there, that's what gives you the pull on the ball. And then it's just fastball, 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 and then at the last minute you just snap your arm down and away.
So it looks like a fastball's coming in your windup.
Well, it's one of the pitches that you can pick up, though, at the last second. Yeah, you can read it at the last second.
Do you try as a pitcher to disguise that as much as you can?
No.
You don't care?
I
Like,
don't
hey,
care.
hitter can know Uncle Charlie's coming. It's going to finish for a strike. He better find a way to hit it. How often do you want a curveball to be a strike pitch?
So if you're throwing the pitch early in the count, most of the time you're throwing it for a strike, okay? You want to drop it in for a strike. If you're throwing it late in the count, so if you got 2 strikes on the guy, you want to drop that thing in the dirt. You want him to chase after it, swing at a bad pitch.
So it depends on the count.
It just all depends on the count. If I got a guy 1 and 2, I might drop a curveball in the dirt.
Yep.
But
you just want him to go fishing.
Yeah, if I'm 1 and 1 and I'm going to throw a curveball, though, I'm probably trying to throw it for a strike.
Okay.
Which is not a bad thing. I mean, it's good to be able to locate your curve for that
right?
reason.
I mean,
yeah.
Who are guys in that you've seen in baseball historically that can locate a curve? It's probably every big league pitcher.
Big league
But
pitcher.
are there some that did it like amazingly better than other pitchers?
I liked Jake Peavy.
What about Pedro?
Oh, Pedro had a decent curve. Yeah, pretty decent. I liked for throwing it for a strike. I like Peavy. Peavy was a Padre. He pitched for the Giants in the World Series.
Everybody's a Padre.
Well, he was one of my. I mean,
That's-
any
I'm just
pitcher
kidding. Yeah.
really like.
But at that level, you can locate anything.
Yeah, you should. And most pitchers have a curveball. I mean, 99% of pitchers throw a curveball.
That's a pitch that why is that a must? Why does a pitcher at that level need to have a curveball?
Well, the biggest thing is just changing elevation and changing placement on the plate. You got a ball that's coming at you, and all of a sudden it's moving across, and if it's moving it down and away from you, that's a really hard pitch to hit. You start a curveball at a guy's belt, right on the inside corner of the plate, and it's dropping as a ball.
Gotcha.
Outside. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
low. That's a tough pitch to hit, man. No matter what. No matter if you're a big league hitter or a 13-year-old all-star.
Was that your best pitch?
Yeah, by far.
A curveball. So you were a curveball pitcher.
Oh, yeah.
That was your best pitch.
I threw it, yeah.
That was better than your fastball, better than your
Especially in my younger years,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, my
old
curveball was
Dodsey's Uncle
gnarly.
Charlie was a son of a gun.
Yeah,
huh?
when I was young, all the coaches and all the other players called me a junk baller because I threw a bunch
Yeah,
of
you were.
different
Yeah,
pitches.
I could totally see you
Yeah.
being a junk ball pitcher.
And then as I got bigger and stronger, my fastball got a little bit more life to it, and I relied on it more often.
Dodsey Dinger breaking down the breaking
Boom,
ball
shakalaka.
tomorrow. This show tomorrow, we're going to be talking about pitchers and catchers being reported in most Major League Baseball spring training organizations. It's a fun time of year here. We are basically officially, we're pretty much in mid-February now, and it's a fun time of year. Dodsey, nice job.
We start talking baseball and baseball cards, and every time my messenger just starts lighting up with Bushman. Yeah.
Joel
of course.
Bushman.
He's sending me pictures of baseball cards and all kinds of stuff.
Bushy
I love it.
is. We gotta get.
I don't
we gotta
always
get
respond,
Bushy.
but I see you, Bushman.
We got to
Trust
get
me.
Bushy on the show to talk about baseball cards. We should. Totally. Bushy, we want you
Let's
on.
not even talk about the Embler thing, though. We'll just pass on.
We'll still bring that up. We're going to embarrass him a little bit. No, we got to have Bushy on the show.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Dodsey, nice job today.
Awesome.
Ball game show. Appreciate everybody for hanging out Monday through Friday beginning at 3. Spread the word. Watch us on YouTube, Facebook,
Killing it.
EOAlive.tv. Sponsorship opportunities are available. You can email JohnnyBallGameShow@gmail.com to do that. We will return tomorrow.
Thanks, Mayor.
We'll return tomorrow at 3 p.m. Yeah, for the mayor, for Dodsey Boy. I'm Johnny Ballgame, and that's all I got.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care. I ever get back, so let's root for the home team. They don't win, it's a shame. 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
The Johnny Ballgame Show.